you come up to work?
No, I used Marcos's StreamYard.
Oh.
And it wasn't there. So I had to go into my personal email.
Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Hello, Leroy.
There's a lucky bastard somewhere in, I think, Texas. They won their $800 million.
Oh, big lotto yesterday? I didn't know.
Big Mega Millions.
I only did lotto a couple of times. It was both when we did office pools, and the only reason I did it was like, I can't have the rest of you get rich. Like, if this does hit, I can't have that happen.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So
well, that's when we had people that actually went to work.
Right.
Have office pools and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was that was specific. I was like, I don't even care if I win. I care if you win and I don't. So that's why I threw in my $20 or whatever it was at the time back at the old building. At the I don't even know. It might have been Lincoln Financial back then when we were doing that. I'm not positive.
Yeah, we went through. Let's see. I went through Lincoln Financial. Then, I was there before Lincoln Financial.
Yeah, whatever that was, I was there too. Whatever was before Lincoln Financial, I forget what it was. Jefferson, I think, maybe something.
Yeah. Then Lincoln Financial. Then we were ESPN.
Then it was Entercom. Which was radio.com and Odyssey.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a mole.
Remember when Odyssey took over, they were like waiting in the parking lot?
I do.
Because it wasn't done.
Let's start off, man. Get to some headlines here brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. The Miami Dolphins, it could be without both starting running backs, Raheem Mostert and De'Von Achane, still banged up with respective injuries. So we'll see what goes down. Kickoff is tomorrow. I did see that Jaylen Wright, the rookie, kind of said to, I believe it was David Ferronis at the Sun Sentinel, he thinks that they're going to go, but he's staying ready. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. That's the big injury that we got to look out for the other running backs.
I think more importantly, with what Mike likes to do, he needs their speed to create mismatches. But it might be a blessing in disguise because now you're going to be maybe a little more off tackle instead of outside.
Yeah.
And it may, because keep in mind that Buffalo has a very similar pass rush. They like getting upfield. And so
Greg Rousseau last week, 3 sacks.
Yep. So from that standpoint, and 3 sacks on a guy who's mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be interested to see how they set up the game plan and what things they put together, whether those guys are playing or not, because if they're banged up, they're still not going to have the same type of speed. And when you don't have a speed and you're a fast guy and you're not really big, I wonder how that changes the game plan. I can't wait till we well, never mind. I have to ask you off air.
Yeah. But it's one of those things too. We also got Von Miller still on that squad. He got a sack last week. He's still doing it. You know,
everybody got a sack.
Everybody getting sacks on the Bills last week against.
That's what happens when you rush Garden Gnome.
Yeah, well, you know, he is fun to watch, but I don't know if he's going to be what everybody thought that he was going to be anymore after that injury. But man, I like watching Kyler Murray play football.
I would be curious to see, and I was curious. They got all those sacks, but they still gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards.
Yeah, they did. I mean, there was that one DJ Dallas. A lot of Canes getting there. He had a kickoff. He had the new dynamic kickoff. He was the first one, I think, to get a return touchdown.
I've been watching this for this reason.
Say that again, Vlad.
I said Roger Goodell was so happy with that.
He was very proud of himself.
I've been watching these kickoffs for a reason, because I'm waiting for them to start treating it like a running play. So say you're lined up straight and you might have two guys pull and two guys come around and block and create a seam. And I haven't really seen it. They're just sitting back. The other thing is everybody says 30. So what? Kick it out the end zone. Right. So
like, what's 5 yards? You
right.
can mess that up with a false start.
Exactly. So it's not that different. Now, me personally, if you really want to do it, put that puppy on the 40. If you really want to promote the play, put the ball on the 40.
Mike McDaniel's he's still fourth downs be damned pretty much though this past week. He's like, whatever, let's go for it.
I saw it a lot where you're on the 38, 40 yard line and you're like, why not?
Jacksonville did it from their own 30.
That was crazy. That was stupid. Now it was a great job of the Dolphins defense. I mean, I guess 4th and 1 it could have looked, but I was just like, that's just too it just seemed. Here's the thing: when you make a play, now it ended up working for him because Jason Sanders missed the kick. But I just feel like when you're up like that, I don't understand the point. Like, why not just like, hey, go into the situation of put them in a worse position. And like the Dolphins could have put themselves. Would that have tied it? I think it would have tied it.
Yes. Here's the deal with the Dolphins, though. Right? A lot of times the other team is thinking like this: they can score from anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And so the only way they can't score is if we have the ball. Remember, Bill Belichick did it from his 20 against Peyton Manning because he didn't want Peyton Manning to have the ball.
Yeah,
so there's some logic behind it because the only way the Dolphins can't score is if they don't have the football. And so, and keep in mind, dude, I'm going to say this to the end of time. I can take any team in the country and tell a coach that your football career is based on 4th and 1, or you can punt it and have your defense stop the other team. And you know what he'll say? I'll risk it all on 4th and 1. 1 yard. And that's just the nature of it. That's just how you go about it. 4th and 1.
Looking back at
you think about it, like, come on. When unless something catastrophic happens, very rarely do you not get 4th and 1. No, very rarely do you not get a first down. So
that was a pretty crazy play too, because they ran it and then it got bottled up on one side by the was it Ramsey, I think, and then he swung it back the entire way, and then I think it was Sealer who ended up getting them. But like they were swimming all over the place. Man, I just looked back at my notes on this game and I wrote nice things about Jason Sanders after that. Woo.
Dude, that's like, yeah. I mean, and look, it wasn't just a miss.
Oof.
I mean, he hit section 25, like right at the corner of the end zone, damn near.
I want to trust him. I want to trust him.
He's got it. Here's the thing, man.
I want to.
He'll miss a 35-yarder by two goalposts, and then make like a 55-yarder with hit the net.
It's weird.
It's one of those things. Or he'll make 5 field goals in a game and never look like it was that big of a deal. You just gotta like field goal kickers don't make them all.
I know.
Look who you're talking to.
I know. That one just was like, whew.
But it was so bad. It was so bad. Like, you're like, whoa.
I didn't even look because I was cursing at my TV. Like, was the hold bad or something? Or did he just, nope.
Perfect.
Woof.
He almost hit it with the heel of his foot.
Wow. Crazy.
So it's weird because you got football tomorrow and it's your team.
Yep.
So I can't wait. I'm pretty excited, especially because it's Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
The offense was okay, but only scored 20 points.
Yep.
Right? There's that. You don't know what's going on with the running game. I like what the defense did, but you have a whole different animal right now because I put Josh Allen in that same category as Ben Roethlisberger. And the thing about Ben Roethlisberger was you could blitz him and you could get there, but now what? Because he's a moose.
Yeah.
And they couldn't bring him to the ground. So he would just shake him off and go on about his way. Josh Allen is very similar to that, but he's a little more fleet of foot. So I'll be interested to see whether they play a lot of man or they zone. I'm going to tell you what I hate right now. I hate the guy who's spying on the quarterback. You know
why?
why?
Do you hate that?
Because he can't tackle him. The guy never makes a tackle. The spy is always trying to cover a guy 50 yards wide, a field 50 yards wide. So, like, it's a moot point. Like, blitz that guy. I'd rather you blitz him and have him just go get him.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. Got some fun guests coming up on the show today. UFC young sensation Raúl Rosas is going to join the show. And a friend of the show, Caron Butler, going to stop by today. We got Tough Juice on the show in the final hour of today's program. He's got a new book out, so we'll talk his new book, some Heat, with the Heat assistant coach, former Heat first-round pick. And always love having Caron on the program.
Like, it's weird, man, because the early days of the Heat, right, we look at guys like, oh, first-round pick, beloved. Oh, he was the guy that got us.
Yep.
Right? And you say that, look, think about all of the young early Heat, like the 90s and early 2000s. Oh, he got us.
Yeah,
So
Glenn Rice got a Zoe, and Caron, he got a Shaq. You know?
Right. Like, man.
Worked out. I mean, he ended up having a beautiful friendship with Kobe. You know, he talks.
I mean, it worked out, but still, like, right?
So we'll talk to Caron coming up around 1:15 today, and lots more to get to. We'll hear a little bit from Tua coming on up as we get ready for this Thursday night matchup. Back with more after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hey, if you guys want to go see A Day to Remember, they're coming to Hard Rock Live in November, and JFig's giving away her tickets. So if you guys want to win those pair of tickets, we'll give that away coming up sometime today. I'm not sure when I'm feeling.
You better give them away after 12 because that's when she's going to be here.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can't give her. They ain't gonna be able to get their tickets before 12.
True. You never know. Yeah, we'll have to wait that on out. But yeah, we're all excited. By the way, you know why I got the Goosies on the tomorrow? Not just the matchup, but them sweet ass throwbacks are coming back, dude. Oh, the Dolphins throwback unis against Buffalo. They're wearing them twice this year, Leroy. They're wearing them this matchup. They're wearing the aqua ones. And then they're wearing them Thanksgiving against the Packers. Garfinkel, just hey, do the right thing, Garfinkel. Just do it all the time.
You know what? Were you a fan of the orange jerseys?
Like Ricky Williams and Jason Taylor. I was not a fan of the Tannehill orange jerseys.
Tang?
Yeah, they weren't even orange. They were Tang, dude. Remember that? There was like, I was like, what is this? Served at a sherbet shop? What is this color?
But that might be the actual color, but because there's not a lot of it on the uniform.
It used to be that they changed the orange. It used to be like this Tang orange, and then they were like, this orange sucks. And so they went to like the darker, bolder orange.
Okay.
So if the Dolphins do go orange jersey, I'm not against it, but I would like it to be an actual orange and not something that looks like it's served out of a popsicle stand.
Okay.
That's my thoughts on it. But the throwbacks of this, I know you think I care about this stuff too much.
Like a creamsicle?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it wasn't even, you know what? Because it wasn't even creamsicle, because creamsicle is the Bucks.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Creamsicle is like a soft orange.
It was even like more neon than creamsicle. That's why I go like Tang. That's how it looked like. Your powdered Tang. That's how the uniforms were looking. But I love them. I love them. The look so much. So good.
I mean, there's not enough change on the uniform for you to even be able to. You got to be up close and personal.
You're crazy about this, dude. The Dolphins logo right now looks like I'm walking into SeaWorld. It's like, you know, like or I'm donating to an aquatic foundation. But the old school Dolphin with the helmet on it. Oh, now why a Dolphin is wearing a helmet on a helmet, I don't know. But it's just awesome. I just think it's a great look. One of the great logos. You know, some guys do it better. You know, some logos do get better.
You also understand that I went from one of the worst to one of the coolest because the Browns have no logo.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings logo is pretty cool.
Vikings logo is cool. Ravens logo is cool. Love the Ravens uniforms. Always have loved the Ravens uniforms. Yeah. Love the Ravens. Yeah, love the horns. I mean, I think that I would argue the Vikings have the coolest new uniforms when they're going to debut the icy whites.
Yeah.
Those are good. Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
Because everybody's trying to do the one. Even the Packers are doing their version of it. I'm like, thieves. You guys stole that from the Vikings. But like,
purple and white. Woo.
Yeah, the purple and white with like it's metallic. Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah,
that's good looking. But the Packers are trying to do it. I'm like, too much. That doesn't pull. You can't pull it off. You know, you guys already got it. You have a classic look. Go stick with it. That's it. Some teams.
I tell you what. Any team that busts out them throwbacks that look like what the Giants did.
Oh my God. Those.
Can I ask a question? Why they do that with the tan pants? There's a couple of teams that Pittsburgh did that. Green Bay did that. They had the green, and then it's almost like everybody in the league wore tan pants back in the 60s, the 50s and 60s.
I have no idea. It looks like you're like a blacksmith for a horse. You're like, you know.
Didn't they say they look like the Canadians?
I said they look like the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did that or thought that was a good idea. Then, of course, you had the what was it, the Bumblebees from the Steelers?
Yep.
That's
I would
gross.
if I were the Giants, like how the Dolphins, the Vikings went like white like that. I would do some version of blue, but I would put the helmets and put G-men on them.
Man, listen, they didn't have to do anything. Nobody needed to go 100 years back to those nasty ass uniforms.
I know.
Classic blue. They could have worn the classic 86 Super Bowl title jerseys or the 91. They could have gone back to any of the retro jerseys when they won 4 Super Bowl titles. But that right there, what they wore on Sunday against the Vikings, that was disgusting.
I just also I'm trying to think, Vlad, like who's wearing that? Like, they got to think like you got to be sitting in the market like who the hell wants to wear that jersey?
Guys, well, what fit you're gonna rock with that jersey? They don't got J's to make that jersey look good.
What are you, a Peaky Blinder? Like what era do you have to be in to rock that fit? Be like, this is me jersey and I'm wearing it with me penny loafers. Like, I don't understand it. It's like you got look, the Giants, like they have objectively boring uniforms, like I don't even think like their classics are good. They tried to kind of update it, then they went back to a throwback. Yeah, the jerseys are their jerseys,
I got lost when they started doing the gray.
Yeah. Like they keep trying to, snazzy it up, and it's just like, and the same thing with the Packers. Like the Packers are always trying to come out with some, new twist. It's like, you guys got your classics, just stick with it. That's it. You're not one of these teams that needs to razz it up.
The only team that kind of pulled it off was when Philly went to that dark green and silver.
Yeah.
They pulled that. That was pretty cool. But then whenever they go to throwbacks and go back to that
the Kelly green,
I'm like, okay.
No, I love the Eagles uniforms. The Eagles uniforms are great. That's a great uni. I don't understand, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just a nostalgic sucker. I've definitely had the Panthers logos grown on me. Maybe that's because they won a Stanley Cup in it. The Marlins, I don't need to bash my head in the
They got to go back to the vest.
The Marlins need to go back. So the Marlins announced yesterday, by the way, I saw Guillermo Gill from the Levitard show had a bomb, and he revealed their City Edition uniforms, the Sugar King red jerseys, gone after this year. They're gonna have a new uni, a new Saturday jersey.
Why?
I don't know. I like those jerseys.
Here, can I just say this? Don't get new jerseys when your team sucks, because nobody gonna buy them.
I agree with that.
Wait till you get a little pop around your team, then kick new unis. Right? That's what made the thing about the Heat so great. You look forward every year to the new, what they're gonna come out with that's new, because they were always winning. They were always in the mix. They were always in the hunt. Right? So, to see that and to wait for those, that's awesome. But no, Marlins, stop changing uniforms. You barely can get people to go to the games. It's just a wasted thing.
They just need to do, whenever the move is, just
go out there naked and start winning. Then it don't matter what uniform you got, except for Chunky 52.
What's it out? All right, we'll take a little break. We'll hear a little bit from Tua going into this matchup tomorrow night. Back with more for this. right, welcome back, you rascals. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Hey, we're giving you a chance to win a photo op and an autograph with Stanley Cup champions Alexander Barkov and Dmitry Kulikov. That is courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. For your chance to win, text the word Panthers to 20357. That's Panthers to 20357. If you don't win, you can purchase tickets at HollywoodCollectibles.com. Hollywood Collectibles is located on Sterling Road in Dania Beach. But that's pretty cool. If you guys want to meet Barkey and Kulikov, get an autograph, a photo with the champs, text Panthers to 20357. That courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. Can't wait for Panther season. Right around the corner, Leroy. The champs.
It's weird. It seemed like it just ended.
I know. It's been a whirlwind. We'll be at Panthers Media Day. We got a couple media days coming up. We'll be at Panthers Media Day next Wednesday, and then Heat Media Day is last day of the month, the 30th, before they venture off to the Bahamas.
Are we
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
Say again, Vlad, on Bobrovsky.
Are we gonna get the Dominoes game between Leroy and Bam finally?
I'm bringing my bones.
He's bringing them. We'll
That's
see.
right.
You know, you never know how media day is going to go. It can get chaotic, but I would venture to say, Leroy's bringing the supplies. What if he says, "I want my bones"?
Don't matter. They all got the same numbers on them.
Okay, just want to make sure. I don't know if there's like a feel that he wants to go with. Who knows?
No, he don't even play real dominoes. He play online.
That's true. He did say that. You did not respect that.
No.
So the Miami Dolphins are gearing on up. By the way, Mike McDaniel has just announced, Leroy, Raheem Mostert is out. No Raheem Mostert this week. He's officially been ruled out. Do you have this, Vlad? This is Mike McDaniel minutes ago at the podium.
So just to address running back first, you expect to have Raheem and De'Von on Thursday.
Raheem, no. De'Von, we'll see how it plays out today. Thursday night games are probably it probably should be your triggering point, Barry, because like I don't, like you gotta you gotta realize what is today. Today is Wednesday, right? Okay. Guys are just typically we don't even have when we do have padded practices, we don't even have them till Thursday, because typically after an NFL game, Wednesday, guys are still working through their ailments from the game previous. So it will there's several guys that will be feeling out and go from there.
All right, there you go. Mike McDaniel ruling out Raheem Mostert. De'Von Achane is still a question mark. He is dealing with an ankle. Mostert was dealing with a chest. Look, I'm not going to make any excuses because trust me, I've already told you, statement game, go beat the Bills, no excuses. However, I just want to make this clear. Thursday night football is still really stupid. And I hate the fact that this is something that's coming up right down the pipe. I know now it's kind of exciting because it's like the novelty of football. We're all on football highs right now. Like we have just snorted football. We're super excited. But let me tell you something. When we get to Titans Colts week 8, we're going to be Thursday footballed out. And the games are never good. They're never good.
But here's
this one happens. This one happens to be good. This is a great game and a game that already feels like heavy stakes in week 2. But it is so dumb that we do this.
Here's the other thing, though. If you're going to have it, I'd rather have it now.
Get out of the way.
Because the Thanksgiving game plays a little different. Right? We don't even consider that a Thursday game. It's Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's a holiday. You better give
us
football.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and then they give us more football, and they should give us more football.
But here's what I like. And this goes, people don't really talk about this. You got a bye week and 2 Thursday games where you get 10 days off. That's big. If they're stretched out pretty good. So you got this one, then you got 10 days, right? Then you got your next comes up is your bye week. That's 2 weeks. Then Thanksgiving, around the end of the season. So you might have enough time and breaks where you can get everybody refreshed and ready to go for the next game. And so while it may hurt a little bit, I think the long breaks 3 times a year might actually help.
Man.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
They're trying to add an 18th game, right?
Yeah.
You know that means an extra Thursday game for teams. So teams might have 2 or 3 Thursday games with the extra bye week.
Aren't the
Not really. It'll still be the same because think about this, Vlad. Because there's already 4 teams that play 2 Thursday games. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
So
especially if
it'll
you're
just 2 more teams.
and if you're including the opening night game too,
Right.
because that's on a Thursday.
Right. Yeah, but the opening game, I don't really count the opening game because
Yeah, because you have pretty much 2 weeks before that opening game.
Right.
You want
the last preseason game.
The real bastard move by the NFL this year was putting the Chiefs and Steelers on Christmas, which is on a Wednesday.
And the Ravens and the Texans as well.
They have Saturday to Wednesday. So they play the 21st, a Saturday, against the Texans, and then they play Wednesday the 25th. So
you could be that. You could be them.
That's I mean, it's
That's
the same.
Brutal.
It's the same but then they have technically a short week because it's like
Right.
Sunday the 15th, they're playing the Browns, then they take on Saturday the Texans, and then Wednesday Pittsburgh.
That's 3 games in 10 days, man.
That's weird.
It's
man.
the same as a
That is
Thursday
3
game. It's the same as having a Thursday game.
It is from the standpoint, other than you get the short from Sunday to Saturday. That's the only difference.
Right.
But
But I'm saying that three games in 10 days. Like
crazy, man.
Yep.
Oof. Anyway, look, as I said, doesn't like no one's gonna cry for the Dolphins because Mostert is out. But Tua, he was addressing the Bills' ownership of the Miami Dolphins in his tenure as Dolphins quarterback. Look, sometimes you're the hammer, like he is against Bill Belichick. I believe Tua finished undefeated against Belichick. Sometimes you're the nail, and Josh Allen, he's like a sledgehammer to the Dolphins. But Tua says that they can say the Bills have our number until we change that. It's on them.
That's going to be what's written out there until we do something about that. That's going to be the narrative that we can't beat the Bills. And until we do beat them and we beat them consistently, like none of that's going to change. And we have an opportunity to do that this year. We have an opportunity to do that this Thursday.
Oh, so sick of it, though. Please get this game statement. Enough of this nonsense.
Leroy, say the Finns lose this game, right? Will Tobin come back and say this is a statement game loss, or you're gonna say that?
Absolutely.
I would say, look, I don't agree with him, but there's a lot of people that feel that you got to get over this Buffalo hump. My only issue with it is when you're talking like this in week 2 with 15 games left, 12 games from now, you ain't going to even remember this game because they're going to be more important games because then the next thing is going to be, oh, now it's December.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I would agree that I would say, I'm not disagreeing with you that that's definitely going to be a thing. But what I would just say to add on that is there are many obstacles that the Dolphins have to prove they can overcome. And Buffalo is one of them. Road tough games and tougher conditions are another. And just, I guess, generically beating, teams that people think are high quality is another. Like, they're all part of it. I mean, Buffalo just happens to be like the holy trinity of all that because they can be in bad conditions. Luckily, the Dolphins don't have to play them this year in December. They will play the Clevelands, the Green Bays, Well, Green Bay, maybe it got easier. I don't know what's up with Jordan Love's knee. Who knows? But, it's still going to the tundra on in Thanksgiving.
So just think about this. The next 3 teams that Green Bay plays have played that's a win, that's a loss. And now Jordan Love is hurt. So do they have to do it all over again?
No. I mean, it is what it is. Like if the that's a win, that's a loss gods change it up, that's what it is. You see, like you run that inherent risk with that's a win, that's a loss. But I think the thing that's great about that's a win, that's a loss is you try and do this with the most ideal situations. So if you do get thrown a great curveball your way, so if you are, I don't know who they're taking on this week, but if it's just Minnesota and you're like, great. Now we didn't think that. So now maybe you go back to your old that's a win, that's a loss. Like, hey, I didn't think that. So I had them at 11-5. But they probably went out there thinking they were going to have JJ McCarthy, So
right.
They play the Colts in Green Bay, home opener.
Ooh, the Colts the Colts are going to Green Bay?
Yes.
With the Rocket Man?
Interesting. That guy's
Did you see that pass he threw on his back foot fading away?
That guy's a horse.
He's half man, half amazing.
Yeah, it's like that. And wait, tight spiral. It wasn't a wobbler.
No. Moose. Another moose.
But he's raw. Pause. Like he's really raw.
Well, they knew that when he came in.
17 games he's been under. He started in the last 2 years. I don't know, but yeah, that might be it. Indianapolis might have saw that as a loss before the season. Now that's a possible win.
That's why I don't play that game.
It's all right. That's fine. I understand. Injuries happen. That is part of it. But
that's why I don't play that's a loss.
No, you don't play because no. You don't play because I like it, and that's why you don't play. No, you don't play because you don't like me having fun. That's what. No, it's not stupid. It's not stupid. The best radio game ever.
No, it's not.
Long in the archives and annals of radio. That's a win. That's a loss. Is what sports radio was birthed on.
All right.
Here's Tua, by the way. He was asked about the Bills and the idea that they were able to catch them last year, beat them in the regular season finale. Did that leave a sour taste in Tua's mouth? Here is what Tua had to say on that.
Is there still any sour taste in your mouth from last year's regular season finale?
Oh, last year, brother. What a political answer. Oh my gosh. Last year, brother. We worry about this year. So we'll see what we got today, and then we'll work its way down to Thursday and see what we can do Thursday.
Wow.
167 million makes you a funny man now. Look at that.
Well, I mean, he almost stopped himself because he's like, wow, I'm talking nonsense right now.
I'm lying.
He's capping. He knew he was capping.
But no, you know what? We had the same situation because we played in the year we lost to Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl. The very next year, we opened the season with them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and we beat them. And they said, do you feel like you got some revenge? I'm like, are we going to the Super Bowl? Didn't know. They don't want to give a rat's ass about this game. They don't have the same meaning.
This one, but it's still a divisional game. This one's a little.
It's different. A debate. Like, I'll give you a divisional game. Buffalo's going to be there in the end. This is an opportunity to at least have a one-up on them right now. All that's 100% accurate.
Tua's just straight up I feel like Tua, not to overdo the Rocky references like we did yesterday, but I feel like he's got like a newspaper photo of Sean McDermott on his window or on his mirror.
Wait a minute. First of all, when you say let's, that means let us, right? You're the only one that brings up Rocky references.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
No, we were having fun yesterday, baby.
I did bring up Rocky.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, like, he's definitely got to be thinking, like, I hate this team. It's cold there. I've lost there a ton. I had my ribs broken by this team. I've had my playoff seeding ruined by this team. Yeah, of course he's got a sour taste in his mouth. He got to be sick. If I heard like Tua should look at buffalo wings and vomit. That's how sour the taste should be in his mouth.
I mean,
I understand they're delicious. I understand, but I don't even care. Like he needs to look like it needs to be that kind of vile that Tua has to feel with the Buffalo Bills. Disgusting.
Shreethan Skolik says, Josh Allen's Drago.
He is. He has been Drago.
So we got to go fight him in Russia?
I mean, one day you may have to go win in Russia.
Well, I mean, Buffalo might be the equivalent of Russia if you have to go there in
December.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's not worse than Russia.
Why? Because
Russians they don't jump through their own tables in Russia.
Because Russia, they just drink vodka and stay warm.
We'll take a break. Our Tua is next. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua. Tagovailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Let us get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, the Sorento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. And, you know, I got a beef to pick with all you guys, all right?
Wait. First of all, it's amazing that you would say that.
What?
Because you say I got beef to pick with all of you.
Yeah.
First of all, you the one that always starting beef
No, that's not
with
true.
your nonsense,
That's
with
true.
your trickery, with your escalating comments. And now you want to sit here and say, I got a bone to pick with you?
Yeah, that's right.
Funny.
That's hilarious.
Got a bone to pick, dude. I'm upset.
As Stephen A would say, the unmitigated gall.
Go to
For
my
you
hard.
to sit up in your chair and say that.
Well, I tried to rush to my Hard Rock app because I think this probably affected it, but I was like, oh no, Mostert's out. It's going to affect anytime touchdowns. And so like now it's going to reshuffle the order of who's going to get touchdowns because he's their most prolific touchdown maker of last year.
Right.
So I needed to, I'm like, and so I go, of course, to my favorite play, which is going to be all season Julian Hill, anytime touchdowns for new George Kittle. And I run there and everybody's already on this bandwagon. This last week was plus 1750, and now it's down to plus 1100. You guys need to get the hell away from my anytime touchdown bet. Stop betting on Julian Hill. That's my action. Every one of you bandwagon jumpers onto Julian Hill. Ridiculous.
Wow. Leroy always has a bone to pick up from underneath his car seat.
That's the point. He's right.
Point for Twitcher.
That's one time. Dude, sometimes if the wings have too much sauce on them, one might get away. But
So-
I'm driving.
Why you trying to drive and eat chicken wings? That's kind
Because,
of
dude, let me tell you why. Let me tell you what I do. See, these people around here, they send me out to get food, right?
Your family?
And my wife, huh?
You called them these people. Your
These-
family?
My family, yes. I'm always the one that got to go get the food. So the problem is, if we go get something that has fries, them fries going to get ate. You ain't getting no fries when you get back, right? Don't even worry about it. That's the price you pay for having daddy go pick up the food.
Yep.
Now, if we get wings, or sometimes I just get a little 6-wing appetizer to get me going on the way
car
home.
snack.
Because here's why. My wife used to order her own food. Now, this has been the last 5 times we've gotten food. Here's what she says. I'll just share with you. So I got to eat a snack on the way home.
So wait a minute. What?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a problem that's it's a lifelong problem. So it's happened since Adam and Eve.
Right.
Women always want to eat what the men order. They're never happy with their
Right.
food.
But no, she used to order her own food. Now she don't even order her own food anymore.
What
She just
from you?
So if we get we'll get pad thai. I like to get the pad thai with the chicken and shrimp, extra spicy, extra
Look
chicken,
delicious.
extra nice, right?
Mhm.
It looks lovely when I get there.
Yep.
Soon as I open it up, there's another fork.
She's
I said,
right
"Why
in
you ain't
there.
order your own?" She said, "I could just share with you." So that's her order.
I don't like this.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So now I got a snack in the car on the way home.
Have you brought this up to her or too scared?
Dude, it's a touchy situation.
Because you'll order 2.
I'll order 2. I don't mind ordering 2. I say, do you want me to order you one? No.
Okay, now I understand why you're eating the car now. That makes sense now. That makes sense.
So I have to like
It's a road snack.
Right, I gotta have a road snack from going to pick up food because I gotta share my food with my wife. Right. Like, right. Like I'm just saying. I don't know. Like I like I said, hey, why don't you share with the little ones who probably not gonna eat all their food?
Right.
But that, like, my kids are bougie. They order, like, my daughter orders pork belly. Right? The what is it called? The where you pour it into the noodles.
I've never had that. I don't know what that is.
So, like, no, that's what JFig says. Just order 2. Why? Because I don't want it just sitting in the refrigerator.
Well, I think the thing is, like, what you do is
you eat a road snack.
You can do a road snack. If Big Spoon is trying to do the thing where I don't want my own, what I think, does she always distribute the food? Do you guys eat out of containers?
No, I gotta listen. First of all, I gotta start opening up, and I got paper plates in the garage. So all
right. So what you need to do then is you just order 2 anyway, and that way there's some supply. You know?
No, because then she said this before. Here's how it went. And if you're in a relationship or you married and you're a man, you know this. I don't know why you got all that food. That's never going to get eaten. That's like wasting food. See?
That's like a challenge to us now.
See it? See it? See it? See what you say? Like,
watch
right?
me not waste
So
it.
that's why sometimes you see me eating wings for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Because I ordered extra wings, and now she's not going to eat it just to prove that there was extra.
Petty leftovers.
Well, probably nobody else eats wings in the morning.
You don't really have a clock when it comes to that. That's true.
I don't have a clock when it comes to food.
Nope.
Because if we had barbecue, and I get up in the morning, because I get up in the morning, I have a yogurt, and then around 10:30, I'm starting to feel it, and I look in that refrigerator and smell that barbecue. Look here, it's getting 8.
What is yogurt, a palate cleanser for you?
No, that's so I can take all like my vitamins and stuff, just to coat my stomach. It ain't really a meal. So, yeah, man, these are hard times over here. Like, and I'm just sitting there staring, right? Because I know.
Well, let me ask you this: how much of your meal is she infiltrating? Is she halvesies?
So, I see when I get my food on the plate, right? I know how much I'll eat, right? So I'll get that, and sometimes a little bit, sometimes not, or whatever. And then she grabs a fork and grabs the container. See, we got.
So then she's leaving you leftovers.
No, there's no leftovers. I don't know what to.
If she gets first crack at your container,
no,
then you're sharing with her.
I'm putting stuff. I've already got my food. I don't eat out of the container. I just put it on a little paper plate or something.
Gotcha.
So then she just grabs a fork and grabs the container. So now I feel like sometimes I have to put a little extra on my plate to make sure. Because you know, sometimes you'll put a little bit on the plate and you go, oh, that hit the spot. I'm going to go get some more.
Exactly.
There's no more. Somebody said I need a secret house filled with food and women.
Like a grizzly bear who has to like store stuff in a tree.
I got a gotta store my food like a chipmunk. Like it's just like me and the dogs outside, they bearing bones and I'm bearing pad thai.
You know the sad part. You're not the only brand that I know that does that.
I know.
Like I know tons of men that do that. Like they have to order a secret meal and eat it on their way back from
Yeah,
wherever
so
they go.
I always get an appetizer, right?
Right.
Like, you
And
know, I get them Korean ribs on the way home, and just like I have napkins in my little glove box. Like
and what makes it
I
worse,
got teeth cleaners. So by the time I get to the house,
yeah, you gotta clean. Here's the worst part, right? Not only if you have the wife or the girlfriend, it's when the child also starts
oh
interfering.
no,
with
they
you.
don't. Here's
Oh,
the thing: me and my kids, we got different palates,
Mm.
right? And I don't know why.
I've never heard of what your kids ordered.
That's what I'm saying. They ordered fines come home, and I say, why you ask me if I want nothing? You know, been feeding your ass for 20-something years, and you go out now, you got your own, and you don't even give me a little shout out, a text, a tweet, or something saying, hey, you hungry? I'm going to so and so. Common courtesy, house courtesy. Oh, by the way, that you ain't paying no rent for. You just say that, right? He said, I knew you would want it. I got some oxtail. Like, you're right. So like I get so like, man, it's hard times over here right now when it comes to food. So when y'all see me eating, y'all may think, oh, there you go eating lunch again. No, I got to get my palate, I got to get my stomach right and constantly eat, because when they get home, eating time is over, and then I'm snacking because you ain't eating no food, you ain't eating a real meal, right? Look and say, I would just share with you. I'm like, what? When did this happen?
We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy has vamoosed over to Cleveland for a few minutes as he is. I can't even imagine what that's like today. Woo! A lot of calls for Deshaun Watson to get the hell out of there now all of a sudden. And I've even seen some Jameis Winston buzz all over the place.
That's $76 million next year, buddy.
Woof. Woof. Before we get back into it with the NFL, join the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. It is Wednesday, September 25th. It's presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. And you guys who come out here, you guys can have a fine whiskey, a good cigar, and you'll be chatting some sports with us, the WQM on-air staff. It's free to attend. All you guys got to do is RSVP at WQAM.com, and that'll get you an invite and a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21, drink responsibly, and that'll allow you guys to come on over to Smoke at the Water in Weston. Smoke on the Water in Weston. That's how you speak. And you guys can talk sports with the WQM on-air staff for Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars Wednesday, September 25th. It's presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall, official partner of this event, the Main Man. There's nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than the Main Man. Go to them online at www.themainman.com and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah. So check that on out. If you guys are just tuning in today, the big Dolphins news we find out for all you fantasy players and all you just genuine Dolphin fans, Raheem Mostert is going to miss this upcoming game tomorrow night with a chest injury. Mike McDaniel addressing the media this morning. Can you get that one more time, Vlad? This was earlier today. Mike McDaniel was saying his injury situation. De'Von Achane is still touch and go. It seems like he's going to maybe try and give it a go at practice, or they'll have a better idea after whatever work he does today to get ready for the Buffalo Bills. But RB1 himself, Raheem Mostert, he is going to miss this game. Here was Mike McDaniel earlier in the day.
So just to address running back first, we expect to have Raheem and De'Von on Thursday.
Raheem, no. De'Von, we'll see how it plays out today. Thursday night games are probably it probably should be your triggering point, Barry, because like I don't, like you gotta you gotta realize what is today. Today is Wednesday, right? Okay. Guys are just typically we don't even have when we do have padded practices, we don't even have them till Thursday, because typically after an NFL game Wednesday, guys are still working through their ailments from the game previous. So it will there's several guys that will be feeling out and go from there.
Yeah, so Mostert's been dealing with this chest injury. McDaniel also told reporters today that, quote, his injury is not many people play with. When asked if this is going to be a one-game stand or could be a couple of games, McDaniel said, quote, closer to the former, but not ruling out the later. So this looks like, especially with the long break after this, you'd essentially, have 2+ weeks off if you're Raheem Mostert. And so hopefully that'll have him ready for Seattle. But it does appear that for the time being, no Raheem Mostert, which is a bummer. Like I said, he has been their best touchdown scorer last season. And maybe that kind of makes sense. I mean, if he was playing banged up, he did not have a very effective game. So it makes a little bit more sense as to, one, why they went away from him. They went Jeff Wilson at the end of that game. They also had Achane, who got hurt because he hurt his ankle late in that game. So both of these stars, I would say, because of how dynamic, because Achane wasn't effective in the run game, but he was very effective in the passing game. Like, they did use him, just given those sweep passes and all that stuff outside. It is a big part of what the Dolphins do. And it's not that Jaylen Wright, who's going to probably make his debut, you would think, is not fast. We saw in the preseason, the guy's fast. He plays a little physical, but it is the preseason. And I think if you've seen, I know it's different positions, but if you've seen how like the rookie QBs looked in preseason as compared to the first week of real NFL football, it ain't the same. And so it is going to be interesting to see how much Mike McDaniel will trust Jaylen going into this game. But maybe he has, this great performance, who knows, but this is, everybody's raved about him. Everybody said like, he is really, even Mostert said he's caught up to speed after kind of getting off to a slow start in camp and getting that knowledge. So definitely be something to monitor. And I know a lot of people are already frustrated with Achane because as explosive as he is, there do appear to be durability questions with him. And so like already one game in, he's electrifying. He's genuinely, there's only one Tyreek Hill in this league as far as like that kind of explosive. But I think Achane's like, if Tyreek's in the attic, I'll allow Achane like pulling the attic stairs down and he's on the step to go into the attic, like on levels. Like he can think about going to the attic. That's how explosive it is every time he touches the football. But he has had trouble staying healthy, Vlad. Like he cannot. He has had trouble staying on the field, and so it will be a bummer to not have these two weapons available to you in this monster matchup.
That's what happens when you have sports cars.
Yeah,
Thinged up.
They go in the shop a lot.
Go in the shop a lot.
They go in the shop a lot. You need that fancy mechanic.
You need that fancy repair. Like
you need Bjorn to go in there and be like, let's look under the hood and fix, a little bit. Need that foreign touch to make sure it's all good to go.
He's the only one that has the key for that certain car,
right?
He's the one that can fix it. But yeah, that explains a lot now. Because I was wondering what happened to the running game.
It was non-existent.
It was so non-existent, and you don't want to rely on Tua dropping back and throwing the ball so much, not this early in the season. So I want to see what they're going to do with the rookie. If the rookie's going to play Thursday night, because I know Jeff Wilson. You trust Jeff Wilson. He's a vet, but you also need. He can't, but he's not a guy that can take 20 to 25 carries himself.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask of him too, because he's he hasn't gotten the most reps and all that type of stuff. And like, look, credit. This is kind of the crazy thing because it strangely is if it does come down to Achane being out, you think back to camp and you think back to, man, if they didn't keep Jeff Wilson, if they would have gone with Chris Brooks, we could have been going into a game essentially with two rookies because Chris Brooks did not play a lot last year. But you do have that veteran presence of Jeff Wilson, who obviously knows Mike McDaniel's offense up and down. He was like the lone guy I got to talk to at camp this year, and he was talking about like he was excited for this year. He knew that he was balling out. I think it was his orange jersey day, and he was talking about like he was excited for all the wrinkles that the offense was going to bring. I don't know how much he's in those wrinkles because his role technically is, hey, I'm going to run angry and I'm going to run through you. But he can be used in the pass game. I mean, we'll see. He is familiar with those games. If you watched in the preseason, he was used in all those roles too. It's just that
I was shocking because I was like, damn, look at this vet still in all these preseason games. I'm like, when you're looking at it, you're like, is he on the board of not making the team? Can he be cut, released? And then now look at him now. He's going to be a vital part in an important game tomorrow night.
Yeah, and it's like even still, like he came out and he had the most productive running of the football when he took handoffs. Like I think Tua was the leading rusher up until Jeff Wilson got into that game, which is a crazy statement to make. The only thing that's crazier is when you look back at like the 19 Dolphins and see that Ryan Fitzpatrick was the team's leading rusher. So you need to go look at it, Vlad. He led the team. It's crazy. Go back and it was Ryan Fitzpatrick, and it was really bad too. It was like maybe 400 total yards or something like that, or maybe even less than that. But Ryan Fitzpatrick was the team leader in rushing that year. And so when Tua, I had to deal with Frog Boy all week last week telling me how he's like, I got him plus 2.5. I'm getting him plus 2.5. And then
my God, it's not even 400 yards.
How much was it?
243.
Oh my God, that's awful. What a terrible team that was.
Jeez.
What a terrible team that was. That was, oof. You think back to the Josh Rosen starts. Does kind of make you feel bad for Brian Flores now that you think about it. What a terrible team. That's not fair. That's not a fair team. Although you didn't want Tom Brady the next year, dude. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. And it's one of those things like it's a significant injury because Mostert was obviously very important to the team last year. De'Von Achane was the X factor in a lot of ways last year. But again, when you have games, and this is kind of how the Dolphins are treated, when you have Tua, you have Tyreek, you got Waddle, no one's going to want to hear it, dude. No one's going to want to hear it. And that may not be right. That may be unfair. But week 2 of the NFL season, you got your 3 studs out there, your 3 faces of the franchise. That people are going to be expecting results. That's just how it is. That's how it is this upcoming game.
Can we get some tight end love? Can we get some tight end love?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because I mean,
Durham Smythe can't play worse. He can't play worse.
he
He can't play worse because he got penalized. He had drops.
He was bad on Sunday. He was bad, pretty bad.
Everybody was expecting this big game from the tight ends. And what I would say to Tua is, look to Julian Hill in the red zone. Like, I'm just saying, like, you just think about it. That's all I'm saying is that, if you see big Julian Hill out there rumbling, tight ends in the red zone too. Just try it on for size. I'm not saying you got to. But just try, put on the shoes, walk around the store a little bit, see if it's comfy. See if it's comfy.
No Jonnu Smith love?
Well, Jonnu's he's only plus 400, I guess I could, but it'd be nice for Jonnu. I think we were all expecting a little maybe too much out of Jonnu that first game, but Julian Hill, just try it on for size, dude. Plus 1100 anytime touchdown.
Are you worried about the weather tomorrow night?
What is the weather supposed to be bad? I didn't even know that.
The chances of showers.
I am worried I think that if it's going to be a typhoon, like if they have one of those crazy South Florida, surges that hit you, it could be concerning because then you got the cheetah and you got Waddle like on a sloppy track, and you're doing it with backup running backs. So if that is the case, I'll take a look, Vlad. I haven't even considered looking at the forecast.
45% chance of rain.
I feel like we live in 45% chance of rain, though.
It's that time.
It's that time, dude. It's that time. We'll take a break. We'll mix things up coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. It's time for the mixed bag. Get to a bevy of topics here on the program. Raúl Rosas Jr., UFC young and upcoming star, is going to join us next hour. We'll talk a little UFC 306 Noche UFC going up against Canelo Alvarez. Same fight week that is coming up on Saturday. So check that on out. We're going to have the man fighting for the belt tomorrow. Merab Dvalishvili is going to be joining the show.
You give Berlanga any chance?
Against Canelo?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Neither do I.
No. He's the prototypical guy they're putting up against Canelo. Young, power puncher, thinks he's going to go in there and bully Canelo. He's not going to bully Canelo, and, he'll go in front of him. He'll probably get chin checked, put on his ass at some point early on in the rounds, and it's going to go a lot. Like, I think the only way he can do it is, because he is bigger, is he's got to just stick that jab the entire fight, Vlad. And I think he's too much of a hothead to, if he has anything.
He spent the money already.
He did?
Bro. The minute the fight was announced, he's hanging out with Fat Joe.
I think he's tight with Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe's been in his career for a while.
There's a different level of hanging out. All of a sudden, you're on yachts and stuff like that.
That's true. That's true. It is a different level of stardom when you show up to a Canelo fight. But yeah, Fat Joe's been like around him for a while. But he's very confident. I spoke to him probably like a month ago, like in the lead up to it, and he's very confident. He's very, very confident. He thinks he's going to get it done. I think he's garnered more interest in the matchup beforehand. I think a lot of people were, hey, this ain't Benavidez. This ain't Terrence Crawford. That's who we want to see Canelo fight. But he's done what he can. Now, is it going to be a bigger deal than the UFC this weekend? I'm more excited about the UFC. I'm more excited to see, Sugar Sean and Merab and Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, see Raúl in action. See what they got.
They loaded this card.
Yeah, they're very into this sphere. I don't know how this sphere is going to look on TV, but supposedly Dana White is obsessed with this sphere that he's put together and what it's going to look like. So we'll see. We'll see. He's making your boy James Dolan a lot of money.
Is he trying to move away from like T-Mobile Arena and stuff like that?
No, I think this is a one-off.
Okay.
I think it's a one-off. I don't think he's going to do a ton of matches here. I think this is him kind of flexing, like, because in a weird way, one thing about Dana White that is interesting is, as much as he is into making the fights and all that, even though he doesn't do all the matchmaking anymore, he's got people who make the matches. He just kind of goes out and promotes them. The thing that he's really into is like the production of the show. And I will say I've been to all kinds of fight events. There's nothing like the way a UFC event presents itself. And so you add on top of it this supposed, super IMAX theater that they got going out there, then it's supposedly going to be some incredible show. So we'll see.
I think this is a TKO thing, man, because they also say that with the WWE, the way their presentation is with the with their PLEs, premium live events, it's totally different. Now that they're going to go to Netflix, they're using different type of angles, different type of presentation to really make the athletes, the fighters, or the wrestlers look like superheroes to a certain degree when they're walking to the ring now. So
yeah, I'm kind of
it's a TKO thing.
Maybe I've kind of scoffed at, like, I feel like the Sphere could be like something like overrated, because I remember going to an IMAX theater and I was like, the sharks are on the wall. That's cool. So, but we'll see. It is fighting, so that may get me on the Sphere side. I can't hate till it goes through. But the if you're at a concert and you're high as a kite or on an acid trip for like Grateful Dead, I can imagine it looks like something crazy. And I'm sure for Sean O'Malley's walkout, it's going to look something.
Oh yeah.
In the mixed bag today, Tyler Herro posts on social media today the Miami Heat's arena. And he's at those early hours, the wee hours of 5:48 a.m. I assume that means he's going to the gym, that he's going to get some early work in today.
Or he could be saying he's going to the gym, but might be coming back home from a long night out and has to pass by the arena.
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Hard to say which way this goes. If Tyler Herro was out partying all night, or he's going to the early gym. But I think he's a big
going to the gym.
I think he's a big early workout guy. I believe he was doing something like janitor hours. I don't know if that was this year or last year, but he's very into to getting up early. So he is out and about. Also in the mixed bag, you guys familiar with David Beckham?
Yes.
Owner of the Pinks, who I have not kept up with. I am a soccer brute. I do not keep up with the Pinks. Have you kept up with it? I know Dan Day loves the soccer.
Yes,
lad.
we do keep up with the Pinks.
Where's Messi? Is Messi doing his thing?
Messi's still banged up. But
he's still hurt?
Yes, but he might be coming back this weekend.
All right, that's great news.
He might.
That's great news.
But he'll be back shortly.
Well, for the time being, David Beckham apparently is a farmer now. And he is a farmer, and he is raising chickens.
So, good morning. I've just let... They're all eating. Morning. She just say good morning. Or he. Very hungry this morning, I think.
Wow.
So, pretty impressive. Look at these spring onions.
Oh. He's showing off his
Spring
garden.
onions are going well. Plum trees. Plums are over now, I think. But then we've got all these amazing wildflowers that we have in the house that I've planted. As you can see.
He's a straight gardener now.
More plum trees.
Almost a farmer.
Flowers that we have in the house.
Wow. All right. Unbelievable. David Beckham, dude.
He's getting his farm on.
Dude, looks like he has the house from Peter Rabbit. Like he's got the hat on.
They said he's got the Peaky Blinders hat.
He's got the Peaky Blinders hat on, dude.
His shirt matches his tattoos.
He's got the neck tats while he's going through the garden.
It's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, but he also looks
Kale
like
is doing very well.
That's
A
good.
bit of red cabbage.
Red cabbage.
Cabbage look good.
Red
It
cabbage
bloomed.
is doing great.
It is.
Not ready, but doing
No.
great.
Man, so this is what one of the greatest soccer players of all time is up to now, huh? That's his thing.
I mean, when you got the money, you still got the looks, you got the beautiful family. I mean, what else is there for you to do?
He just wants peace. He just wants peace with his vegetables.
Yes, just wants to know if that's a male or female chicken. You know, he didn't know. He didn't know.
People are really into raising the chicken. I got my neighbor 2-3 houses down. He's got a giant chicken coop, and I'm like, and they're all up. They're up early, but it's look at him. He's finding peace. You know, they don't want, the chickens don't want anything but seed from David Beckham. They don't want, selfies. They don't want his time. They just say, hey, feed us. And they probably bring him peace. So now I want the chickens at a pink game.
Now you want the chickens at the pink game?
Yeah.
I don't think you want chickens at the pink game.
What about, can he get herons?
Pink games?
Is it possible that do herons and chickens get along? Can he raise his own herons to give homage to the pinks? Can one raise herons? I don't know. You probably got to have fish. I don't think they just eat seed. I think that they're more of a predator.
What do you raise a heron is a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's tried to. Sexy Sauce goes, the old love to garden. And he also says chicken's very territorial.
JFig did say that spider web looked animated.
Which
he
one?
Did have it in Mr. Beckham's backyard.
It looked animated.
He had a spider web there. I saw the same thing.
Interesting.
It looked animated. So
I don't know, man. Like he's going in there and I guess maybe I don't think is it a midlife crisis for him, or is it just like a midlife hobby? Like I don't, he's just found something that brings him happiness. I'm happy for him.
Maybe he's had enough of Victoria talking to him. He just wanted a garden.
Be honest, Posh. Be honest.
Because he really went full wardrobe, man. He went for it all there.
He's got a cane.
He had a cane.
Oh yeah, I'll show you back. I'll bring it back up. Go look in. We'll look in the first parts of this video. You can see David Beckham has like almost like a duck cane or something like that. And there it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
You know, he really like is acting like an old man.
How old
What?
is this guy? Like 46, 47?
I don't know.
And hens. Chicken and hen. So, morning update from Mr. Titmarsh.
There he is.
He looks very happy. Look at
He
him.
does. He looks at peace. Good for him. Good for him. He has something that brings him happiness.
Yeah, he looks very happy. You know what? Good for him. Good for him. Good for David Beckham.
Come on, David. We have ourselves another soiree. Not now, honey. I'm growing cabbage. They're gonna be there. They're not going anywhere. The chickens get sensitive. They're not going to another soiree. You'd do it if it was for the Messies. The Messies are what makes this garden now posh.
Now, let me ask you this. Would he rather go to another Spice Girl concert?
Oh, come on, honey. Ginger's here. Enough of her, Ginger. Enough. Ginger and Scary and all of them together. We already did the thing for your 50th. Everyone saw it. It got lots of likes. Mm-hmm. You just want to spend all time outdoors these days. Hoeing your garden. Better I hoe a garden than a lady. I apologize.
Point for Tobin.
The man likes grass. He always likes either soccer pitches or
He's making his
or
own pitch.
He making his own pitch.
JFig saying her first dog was named after Ginger. How about that?
Oh, look at that.
Wild. Jay Gatto saying I'm sounding like someone from Harry Potter. What do you think David Beckham sounds like? He sounds completely different. That's what he sounds like, dude.
Pretty much.
I could never have him on the show. It's never gonna
Why
happen.
not? You have many interesting things you could talk to him about. His gardening, it's captivating.
It is captivating. I like the fact it's one of those things. You know, I don't. It's because I can't picture him just hand in the dirt, like trying to perfect. You know, making these spices and vegetables. But you know, whatever brings him happiness. Good for David Beckham. I'm happy for him.
State stuff is so wrong. He said JFig named Washington Dead Spice.
Point for
Oh man, we didn't spice up his life.
Wait, you named your Rottweiler Ginger?
Yep.
Why would you name a Rottweiler Ginger?
I don't know, dude. We'll take a break. We'll find out how much Leroy found out that Cleveland hates Deshaun Watson, Raúl Rosas. Caron Butler is going to join us in the 1 o'clock hour today. We'll talk to Tough Juice, Miami Heat assistant coach. Got a new book out. So we'll talk to Caron. Lots more to get to here on the show. Rats off a ship as well. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How is everybody in Cleveland?
You know, Deshaun Watson at it again.
Oof.
Was he at it again? Or
Well, he ain't at it again. Somebody, you know.
New baggage.
But
New
he had that on top of that, his father passed, a good friend passed. Now you got this. Like, yeah.
Listen,
I mean, we always talk about it. We want our team to go after the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it didn't work out, but they went after him.
But everybody's pretty rats off a ship right now, huh?
Yeah, it's not here. This is how this works. Until the guy upstairs, and I'm not even talking about the GM.
Mr. Haslam?
Until the owner says, all right, go do what you got to do to win. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he got a big investment. He's the one that got to eat it. He's the one that got to come down and say, you know, and until that happens, I think everybody's just going to kind of try to do the best they can.
I have a question. I don't know his contract. Is there anything that in his contract, no moral clause?
Oh,
nothing?
no, that's the NFL.
Right. So
if he get kicked out, he ain't going to get paid.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if they're trying to find a loophole.
The league might be, but keep in mind, this is stuff that happened back with the other stuff. It's not a new thing.
Right. I'm just saying
another girl coming forward. So
right from because this is not something new. This is from when
2020
allegations were happening.
Correct.
So what I'm just saying is that at the time they were negotiating with them and they knew at least the first 18 to 24 allegations, whatever.
Well, that's
now that there's a new allegation, can that be like, you know?
Well, this is hold on though. This is what I would say though. If you're the Cleveland Browns, allegation. I mean, how many more allegations could he have had, and you still signed him to $230 million? Like,
here's the other thing, is that when you have stuff like this, and I don't know if it's true or not true or whatever. I'm just speaking just from when you have a situation like this. Now people think they could come get a payday because he's gonna pay hush money. Because he don't want to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also the idea that they are gonna now hold him up to some moral. Like now they're bothered with the morals because he sucks. They weren't bothered with the morals when they thought he was good.
You know what that is? Life.
Yeah, but like like now Cleveland wants to snoop around on outs because they think
I don't think they have. See, I don't think anybody did that. I just think you know, they're just talking about the new allegations. Had nobody suggested or, you know, there were people asking, well, is he going to get suspended? He already did. Right? Like when you have all these women come together and you get suspended for 11 games and then somebody say, oh, I didn't come out with them. It's not a new
No,
thing.
I'm not talking about suspension. I'm specifically talking about Browns fans or people in the media who are trying to, because this has been circulating about the idea that the Browns may look to get out of the contract.
And because it was all during that time. This was before that. When you sign the contract, they're talking about any conduct during the period of that contract. Right?
I would think so.
Yeah. So
I would think so.
And I'm just making assumptions, but
how's the fan? I'm not asking about how the Browns are as an organization. I'm saying like you go on the ultimate.
They only care about one thing.
The ultimate Cleveland sports show.
They only care about one thing.
What?
He sucks. Let's keep it real.
No, I understand.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking. Like I'm hearing people say, Jameis Winston, get him out there. Get him out there.
Ooh. Dude. That's who your quarterback gonna be?
Great speeches though.
But you can't. He got another 77 next year. Like all that money's guaranteed because he moved money this year.
Yeah. But here's the deal, and here's what I would say to all this, until word comes up from the top, I don't think anybody has the ability to put 77 million on the bench.
No, it's a lot. It's
right?
a lot.
Until the owner says,
It's what it's
just
what
go win football games.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened in Denver when they're like, all right, I'm taking this Walmart money and we're putting Russ out of here.
Yeah. They paid 46 million to have him go away. So that's why it was easy for Pittsburgh to pick him up, because they only had to pay 3 million.
And they didn't even have to use that because he's not even going to start for them this season.
Right. Which I said that last week. I said, hey, if Justin Fields get in the game and he played anything close to an NFL quarterback, Russ ain't seeing the field again.
Well, let's get the headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Teos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Miami Dolphins, they are going to be without Raheem Mostert. Mike McDaniel announced today he is out with a chest injury. De'Von Achane practiced today. Reporters are saying that he looked pretty mobile at practice. So good news that he is dealing with an ankle injury. He got hurt late in the Jaguars game. Mike McDaniel would not rule him out today. Kickoff tomorrow, 8:15. Game Day Uncensored gets going at 4. We'll get you set for all the action. Myself, Solana Beasley will join us. Omar Kelly will join us.
I know we talked about this yesterday, but now that the game is getting closer and closer, how many people you think are going to be outside the gate where the players enter, just to
filming,
just waiting?
If anything happens, see if the Miami Police Department Miami-Dade Police Department have changed their maybe their tactics or the way they.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it is going to be
interesting tomorrow, right? Like it has to be.
I am still for Tyreek coming in on horseback.
Oh man,
you know
what you should do?
I told you he should come in on a rickshaw. Have the guy riding him on the bike.
I like that. Maybe he should just maybe he should just get on the back of Calais Campbell and just have them just walk in. Because I mean, Calais got
Calais would say, "You comfortable, little fella?"
You got him up there like Hodor in Game of Thrones.
Hey, dude, this is no lie. When I was in I want to say my second year, I was walking back from a frat party, walking to my dorm, and I saw Jumbo Elliott and another guy. And Jumbo Elliott said, "Hop on my back, I'll give you a piggyback ride." I'm like, "No, I ain't getting carried by a grown-ass baby. Hop on my back." He carried me on.
Whatever you say, Jumbo.
I don't know. I said, "Should I feel violated? I don't even know how to feel."
Leroy, you should have, but you get a pass. When a man that's 6'7", 350 pounds, and his name is Jumbo, tells you to get on his back and then yells it, you just get on his back.
Yeah, I did.
That's it.
I was like, that was the opposite of Marco's going, uppies? I got on his back. I felt, dude, I said, what does the world come to? I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 210 pounds, and I am riding the back of another man.
Well, he's
who just wanted to carry me.
He's just more of a grown-ass man than you are.
Hey, dude, that and they replaced him with a guy who was bigger, Greg Skrepnik.
Take a break. More to come here on the show. Back after this. 560 WQAM. As we are rolling along here today, we are on game day eve. Miami Dolphins getting set to take on the Buffalo Bills. And looking forward to what is that time?
Hello, Jennifer.
Oh, look at there she is. Hello,
Trying to mess
Jennifer.
with me.
Yeah, he's right, though. He is right. He is right. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Cherry. We got UFC 306 coming up, and that is going our way this Saturday live on pay-per-view. We have one of the young sensations of the UFC, an up-and-coming star, 19 years old, and he is Raúl Rosas Jr. joining us here on the program. He is fighting coming up. What's going on, Raúl? How are you, buddy?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. How is this whole experience been this fight week? I mean, this looks crazy. They're pulling out all the stops for this monster fight of the Sphere.
Yeah, a lot of special things, so I'm excited.
What are the circumstances around fight week? Is like is there a lot of fanfare this week? What are they doing in Vegas?
Who?
Just like the UFC. Like, is it like you see the fans going crazy?
Oh, I haven't bumped into any like people at all because it's been all at the Apex. So, but yeah, they will have ceremonial weigh-ins and press conference later this week. So that's when I'm gonna see more of that.
Have you been to the Sphere yet? Have you actually gone there? Have you done anything there? Any, media or anything like that?
No.
Getting ready to go. Are you excited about it though? It seems like it's going to be a hell of a they're pulling out all the stops for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for all of it, and I'm just enjoying this week.
Well, I mean, it's crazy to think of all the success a UFC star. You entered it like right as you turned 18. We saw you, down here in Miami, and you turned around from that. You got 2 big wins already. Going into this promotion at such a young age, like. Has it been everything you've dreamed of already so far, or has it been harder than you thought it was going to be? How has it lived up to your expectations making the UFC at such a damn young age?
No, everything has done. Obviously, that loss wasn't what I visualized, but everything else has gone exactly like how I imagined it. So I'm just thankful and blessed to be where I am today.
You took that, though, and you won so impressively the next 2 times around. So, like, how did you take that, and what did you learn from that to be so successful, like, right off the bat? Like, did you find it beneficial in any way, or was it just did it just frustrate you?
No, I found it beneficial. Like, when I lost, I can't do nothing anymore. The only thing I was able to do is learn and grow from it, and try to not make those mistakes again. So I learned so many mistakes that I did in that fight, before and after, like leading up to the fight in the camp. So I went and fixed every single detail, and that's why I feel like I am the fighter that I am today.
For your standpoint, you're 18 years old. You make the UFC, which is pretty nuts. You're not even 20 yet. At what age were you putting people in rear naked chokeholds? Because my son's 8 years old and he's already sneaking up on me and he's already like throwing. So like, at what age were you already kicking people's ass? Was it 5? Was it in diapers? At what point were you already a monster?
I started training when I was 4, but when I started like really, really getting good at it, where I could go with some adults, was probably like when I was 10 years old. I was able to start choking adults out. So that's when I started getting good.
Oh my goodness, it's just terrifying.
10 years old, you're choking adults out?
Yeah, and then it was pretty even because I had like some experience already, so I knew what I was doing, and then they were like almost brand new, but the strength was way different, so I felt like it was kind of fair,
Of course, yeah. Well, like at what point when you're doing this are you too good to go with kids your age? Like, at what point did that happen when they're like, no, Raúl's too good for this. We can't have him rolling with the other 10-year-olds or the 9-year-olds. He's destroying all of them.
I came from a small town, so there was never a kids class out. I just had my brothers that were like close in age and same size. But since I was like 13 years old, I started lying in the Naga tournament saying I was 18 years old and stuff because since you have to pay to compete, I told my parents that if I was gonna pay $100 to compete, I wanted it to be competitive, and so I was going into the dual expert divisions, and I was doing pretty good.
Oh my God. So like, so 18, you're going to like, so what is the first like age in a real competition? Like what was the age of the person you're going up against as a teenager?
As a teenager, I think I was like 13 years old, and then it was the first time that I went. There was no kids at the tournament, so they put me at 155 with the purple belt. He was like around 30 years old, and then I was able to go out there and beat him. So then after that, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to stay competing with these adults.
Oh my God. So you ruined that guy's probably hobby at jiu-jitsu. Like if he's losing to a, like, I understand you're going to maybe be champion of the world one day, but you beat a 30-year-old. He's probably like, well, if I lost to a child, I probably
know
not.
that.
I understand
because you told him he was 18. So he thought you were 18.
But I think he knew or he could see that I was young or something because when I beat him, we were supposed to only go once. And then he was like talking shit to the ref. Like, I don't know about the match. He was complaining too much. And then my dad was like, all right, bro, just shut up. Let's run it back. So then we went back on the mat, did another 10 minutes. And then I smoked him even worse. So then after that, it was just like all said and done.
The damage was done. Run it back. Raúl, we can't wait to see you in action this weekend, man. Go by UFC 306, Noche UFC. It's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for the time, and we'll talk to you again down the line.
Thank you.
There you go. Raúl Rosas Jr. That's kind of like your theory, Leroy, because you said I would never lose to Chuck Norris because he's 87 years old.
Right.
30 years old, you're losing to a child. You got to pack it up after
And then,
that.
Wait. That's not the
Twice.
worst part. Vlad, me and you looked up at the same time. The worst part was he said, he's a child, run it back.
Yep.
And then you got your ass kicked again.
Wow.
You can't run it back and then get your ass kicked?
No.
Oh, man.
So, and you can tell he's only 19, but he looked like a moose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's been in some fights. He's
it's crazy, man, because it's like one of those things where, yeah, he's going to be 20, I think, in October, but you've already been like on UFC pay-per-views at 18, now 19.
We know what that looks like because we got our boy Xander.
Yep.
And you remember we started talking to him before he was 18.
Yep.
Fighting in other countries.
16. He had to fight Mexico.
Yep.
Mexico don't play.
Yep.
Man, that was crazy. Run it back.
Wait. Somebody, he needed that dude from Friday. You want some of this, old man? No. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
But that's, he probably got older brothers, and because they were all the same size, so he used to, brothers don't care. Brothers ain't, they taking it, they trying to destroy you. So yeah.
Yeah, my son sneaks up behind me the other day. He like throws the old choke lock behind me.
Well, he can't even get his arm. He can't even get your arms around that noggin. So
dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, he can. He's got these like little baby gorilla arms, and he's like,
wait.
I was like laying
wait
down.
Till he jump up behind you and say, "Just go to sleep, daddy." Go to sleep.
That's exactly how I was. Like, I was laying on my stomach. I was like watching TV on my bed, and then I'm like, I had the door open, and he just goes, "Chokehold!" I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
At least he's nice enough to let you know what he's
Let
about
you
to
know
do.
it's coming.
He lets you know that he's about to put you in a chokehold.
Wait till he start putting you to sleep quietly. Just go to sleep, daddy. Shh. Go to sleep. There you go.
Man, that's crazy. Well, appreciate Raúl stopping by the show. By the way, we're giving you a chance to win a photo op and an autograph with the Stanley Cup champions. Their names, Alexander Barkov. Maybe you heard of him. Dmitry Kulikov. Maybe you heard of him. That's going to be courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. If you guys want to win that autograph and photo op, text the word Panthers to 20357. That's Panthers to 20357. If you don't win, you can purchase your tickets at HollywoodCollectibles.com. Hollywood Collectibles is located on Sterling Road in Dania Beach.
Who right by the fireworks place. Hey, who don't they have some new guys they brought in with the guys they lost?
The Panthers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some new guys.
We haven't quite gotten there yet.
Nah, we haven't gotten. We'll be there next week though.
No. Okay.
You know,
I'm just saying because I like to be prepared since you snuck the guy in.
Stephen Lawrence.
You snuck the guy in that traded for my guy, and you told me after the interview.
Well, I what I did was I didn't want to tell you that he was the guy they traded for Duclair.
He didn't want you to judge him beforehand, you know? I think he did the right move.
Yeah, he didn't want you to be upset that Dookie's gone.
Yeah.
Kind of like you got me. You always get me like that. You got me with the Kyle Lowry because I wanted to get you, and then we started talking about golf, and then we ran out of time. See you next time, Kyle.
That's tough. Sorry,
Well,
Kyle.
look, now you know. Now you've learned because this month you can get him back.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have any. I mean, like I'm trying to mourn the losses of Lomberg.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough to see the Lamborghini go.
Jennifer, look,
I'll get used to my new friends.
Jennifer lost her two guys, one with the Heat. Lomberg.
Yep.
You know, I tried to forget for a couple weeks.
Has Caleb Martin fired his agent yet?
Well, he's in LA.
That happened. I'm just wondering. Oh yeah, she loved Gabe Vincent. Don't worry, JFig. Trust me, they're gonna get their rats off a ship on Gabe Vincent. He'll be back on the Heat one day.
Well, why would the Heat re-sign him? He don't play.
No, I mean he will when he gets back to the Heat. That's how it works.
That's look, Jimmy time. That's the last one you had. Like you need I I'm gonna be honest about this. I think Pat's biggest concern is the amount of games that his players play. I really think he thinks that's a big deal.
Yep.
Right? Because he can go sit in his office and justify and say this. We were 2 or 3 games away from the second seed. If I get any of my guys to play 5 more games, we could have got there. That is a hard pill to swallow. Not because you wasn't good enough, but because you had guys out. That's hard.
I agree.
So and like I believe in sport, you got to go through it to get there, right? I believe in camp. I believe you got to get those carries. I believe you got to take those hits in camp and in preseason to get ready for the season because you got to learn how to fall. You got to learn how to move your body when you're getting tackled. You got to learn how to do all that. And there's a lot of guys in the league that are banged up just from getting hit.
We will take a break, get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats Off a Ship is next. All right. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get to everybody's favorite game, a Rats Off a Ship. JFig will give us some topics. We'll tell you what we're rats off a ship on or not. What do we have today, Jennifer?
All right. First, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick telling reporters that he's happy for Tua.
Oh, really?
He says he's happy for Tua and happy for his successes. It's so far in the past.
Oh, is it? It's in the past? Is it in the past? Yeah. Guess what, Ryan? It's not far in the past, dude. It's not that far in the past. And don't think I don't forget your little boo-hoo fest that you had to the reporters at the time. And wasn't it crazy, Leroy? We had all these anonymous quotes that came out. You know what I think about anonymous quotes, don't you? I mean, let's be honest about it. This guy's going out there and he's sneaking to reporters, being like, "You can believe they took it my team."
I'm sorry. Where did you get this?
Where did I get what? This? Right. That's his actual official NFL headshot. That's from Amazon.
Oh.
That's off a ship.
You know, it's got to fit a lot of fur under that suit. Yeah, look at. I mean, like, come on, dude. It's ridiculous. I'm happy for Tua. Flores said he's happy for Tua. Happy for his successes. Oh, you think Flores is really happy for his successes? You know what that means? If you're comparing yourself to Flo's happiness, that means you're not happy, Ryan. Rats off a ship. Liar. Leroy?
Rats off a ship.
I'm rats off a ship because that rat is probably going to stay on the ship, and I don't want to be with him.
Rats off a ship.
Rats off a hairy rat.
What about you, Jennifer?
Like you said, he's lying. He's out here just trying to piggyback off what Flores said. Nah, rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
I don't forget, dude. I don't forget. What about your favorite Jets quarterback of all time, Vlad? Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Let's relax. Let's relax. I'm rats off his shit because he looks like a rat with that beard.
He does.
That wasn't when you put that face. It wasn't really that. Yeah,
I didn't put a face. That's him.
Like that's basically He looks like a rat. I'm rat.
He looks like he's raised Ninja Turtles.
He's definitely eat pizza with those. Pizza with those Ninja Turtles.
He said, "Quote: When you put the coaching style that he had with Brian Flores, if you put it next to what Mike McDaniel did, which is love him up and tell him how great he is, it probably made it seem even worse at the time. So now you're saying because McDaniel was nice to him, Flores wasn't even that bad, but now it seems bad because I got a nice coach. Shut up, Amazon boy. So glad Jason Kelsey's taking all your commercials. I got sick of you for the 2 years.
Kelsey got the beard.
Wasn't it hilarious seeing him with the shirt just popping up?
Oh, dude, they got to do a better job on it. I think he seemed like he got a little too froggy on his lineman weight.
Oh, man.
He thought he was going to speed up the process.
Look at that.
I've been there, buddy. Woof.
Well, no.
Hanging up the day life,
I don't know why he think he can wear. He ain't there yet.
He ain't there yet. You ain't Jeff Saturday.
Well, no, but he didn't think that was going to happen because he ended up forgetting his bag in the car.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So like he thought he was going to have a jacket over that?
He went to the store beforehand to get a shirt because he didn't have one.
Oh my God. Hey, excuse me. Do you have size ogre?
This is the biggest we got.
I
would just say if that's the way that shirt's gonna do, don't lean back like this and do the show.
Yeah.
Right?
He says that everything fits, like his stomach fits, but his tits are struggling.
Wow.
That was his famous quote of the day.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he did. It was great.
Quote. Okay. What's number 2, JFig?
James Johnson told UD on the OG's podcast that he could beat John Jones with a little ground training.
James Johnson.
Wait, who said they could beat him?
James Johnson.
Okay.
James Johnson. Did I put James Jones? Maybe I did. James Johnson former.
Yeah, he's a
legit.
mixed martial art. Yeah, he's legit.
He grew up a kickboxer. His father was a champion kickboxer.
His mother could throw hands too.
Yeah, he's known as a devastating striker. Nobody messes with James Johnson. But here's the thing. A little bit of ground training, and you think you got John Jones.
They all do. They all say that, don't they?
He's John Jones. And I know, listen, hey, James Johnson, you're tall. Hey, you're tall. You're tall. But
that'd be something. Like Bones Jones will fold him up like a pretzel.
Yeah. I'm going to be rats off a ship reluctantly. Don't tell anybody I said that. Don't tell him I said that if he's walking around Miami. But I'm rats off a ship. You're not beating the GOAT.
I'm not rats off a ship. And here's why. How long has Bones Jones fought?
This is, what is he, 35? No, he's 37. So he has fought. He's been in the UFC since he was 19, since he was Raúl Rosas' age.
When was the last time he fought?
Oh, when's the last time he fought? About 18 months.
Or in the streets in New Mexico.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know.
Roughing people up.
You think an injured John Jones? A little washed.
We don't know what John Jones is right now.
I
You're
don't know
assuming that he John Jones of.
Okay, but respectfully,
I'm not messing with Yade up John Jones. I'm not messing with that guy.
Okay, but respectfully, he's the greatest mixed martial artist of our time.
Agreed.
And James Johnson is a basketball player who is very, very. And James.
Hey, then why are you so careful? Why are you so careful?
Because of course him. I mean, listen.
Why you?
It's not me. It's not Jake. If you say, hey, I would beat Jake Paul. Of course, I would take you.
I'm not questioning a guy who can actually kick the rim.
I tell you what, I'd rather see James Johnson versus Jake Paul than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Ooh.
I'd be into that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, you're not beating John Jones.
Can James Johnson take steroids like Jake Paul?
If you wanted to, I don't know what the NBA policy is.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jake Paul is juiced to the gills.
Playing?
James Johnson, yeah, he's on the Pacers.
He is the vet enforcer that schools the young guys on the team. He's almost like a UD. He's the UD of like the Pacers now. But everybody know not to mess with him.
Yeah, you don't mess with him.
He'll beat you up and then he'll hug it out with you afterwards.
I want to know who he beat up in the Heat locker room.
He beat somebody up.
You didn't know?
Oh
I love how you guys are whispering and leaning in.
He beat up somebody.
I think it's a guy
in front of Bam and UD, and then hugged it out with the guy after the guy got his ass beat.
I'm pretty sure it's one who talks to fish. That's my suspicion.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Wouldn't be shocked. He seems like the kind that maybe overstep his bounds, especially once he got that money.
Said something a little too chatty.
But Leroy, to beat up somebody,
I almost found myself in a precarious situation
in the locker room.
Oh yeah. So we was in the locker room. We had just lost our first game of the season to Tampa. So we was like 10-1. And John Randall came into the locker room and he was like, all this levity, y'all need to get, more serious. It ain't a joke. It ain't a joke. I said, I need you to take that same enthusiasm yesterday. Today, it don't matter. What? So he started coming over and I grabbed a chair. I'm not just going to let him get up in my grill. And then they was like, whoa.
You have the chair like he's a lion in the circus.
John Randall? Have you seen John Randall?
Hey.
You would have tore up Leroy.
Dude, let me explain something to you.
What?
I grabbed that chair. I wasn't going yah.
You were going to hit him like Stone Cold?
You damn right.
Tobin, do you not remember how John Randall played?
Yeah, he was a monster. I know he doesn't. There's nobody he says but messed around too much than John Randall.
But again, every time I see him, I tell you all the time, one of the players in the league I respect the most because that dude brought it every day. Practice, walkthrough games. So yeah, nothing but respect for him. I see him when I see him now. Talk to him now. We hug it out. But I grabbed that chair. I don't think people knew that I wasn't grabbing that chair to yah him. So yeah.
JFig, where are your rats with James Johnson beating John Jones with a little bit of ground training?
Rats off a ship. Don't do it.
Rats off a ship.
Don't do it.
I'd be intrigued, but don't do it.
I'm definitely rats off a ship. Are you kidding me? I don't mess with the Jones family, Arthur, Bart, or what's his name?
Rats off a
John,
ship.
especially John. John's listen. When Dana White's afraid of John Jones, you know there's something wrong. Dana White will tell you John Jones is the scariest MF walking the face of the earth. Like, you don't want to mess with that man. James Johnson.
Why they be trying him all over the world then?
Who?
People.
And what happens to those people? They get knocked out, right?
Yeah.
They get the chair.
They ain't no chair. He
don't be able
to
to
the chair ain't gonna affect him.
He is the chair.
What's number 3, Jennifer?
Tonight is a very special night, guys.
Really?
It is the VMAs.
Really?
Yeah.
Guess I got
The much awaited VMAs.
I didn't even know the VMAs are still a thing. Like, who awards these? YouTube now?
Wait,
Because like, where do people watch music videos?
This is MTV still?
Yep.
Wow. Even though all they show is ridiculousness
And reality shows? And Wild 'N Out? By the way, I need some
guess.
Wild 'N Out tickets.
Who are you asking?
I need to talk to you, Leroy.
All right.
I need to talk to you.
Rats off a ship just because I'm old, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't feel like I don't
I like
know.
although I do like watching the shows for the live performances.
You know you're gonna see it, Leroy.
No.
Rats off a ship.
I think after what I watched last night, I think I'm just gonna not watch TV tonight.
Yeah, who is gonna perform? I don't even know who's gonna perform.
VMA's lineup. They got Anita.
Baker?
Benson Boone.
Who? Benson and Hedges?
Jimmy's friend, Camila Cabello.
Okay.
Chaperone?
Who? Chaperone?
Chaperone?
Oh, that's a girl that says.
Is that a parent or Gordy?
Eminem is apparently performing.
Okay.
Glorilla.
All right.
Halsey.
I know you like Glorilla.
Of course.
Oh, Leroy's girl, Jessie Murph, the one who sounds like Alvin.
I'm a
Kettle G.
I want to the wild ones.
Lenny Kravitz.
She sings like a Smurf. She sings like Smurfette.
I
Megan
know.
Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Well, Megan Thee Stallion is also the host, I believe. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Katy Perry is going to get an award and is going to perform also.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, yes. Katy Perry is receiving the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award.
Okay. I want to see that.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Leroy's favorite, Teddy Swims.
Ooh,
Teddy Swims is going to perform. Leroy, now you have to watch it.
Shawn Mendes.
Okay.
Too scared to say this person's name?
Who?
Lish Schwerfer?
Lee Schreiber?
Somebody from a K-pop group. I'm not sure.
Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay.
Some backing off.
Good job, Tobin. Good job. Good job.
That's it. That's a list.
Hey, the letters, when you read the letters, it don't, in your mind, it's not, yeah.
Passing.
They're not wording.
All right, maybe I'll tune in. All right, I rescind my rats.
Are you a little convinced?
I rescind my rats. I'll give it a looky loo, perhaps.
I think that's where I am too. I'm not rats off a ship. I'll give it a looky loo, but it ain't gonna be my main source of entertainment tonight.
Right. What about you, JFig?
I'm going to watch, and I really hope that Taylor Swift is in attendance and finally gets some news out, like she did last year.
Did she win last year? Is that where she announced something?
Last year she won and she announced a new album, and I'm really hoping that this year she doesn't break my heart and she actually announces Reputation, Taylor's version.
Sounds like you want her to come out on that stage and be like,
so she releases an album and then she releases her version.
Remember, her albums 1 through 6, I believe it's number 6. Yeah,
The labels,
6.
yeah.
The label bought them. Well, they owned them, and they didn't want to sell them back to her.
You wanted to come out on stage and be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for that last album being really long and boring.
Yeah. It took my friend Jennifer a week and a half to get through it. She said she was listening to the meanings.
I was really upset just because I really wanted her to announce Reputation. But I'm not mad about the album. I just really want Reputation out already.
Vlad, are you going to watch the VMAs tonight, Rats?
I mean, I guess I'll glance. I'm not going to watch.
I'll probably, you know what I usually do with situations? I probably like see clips on Twitter. I'm not going to really probably tune in.
Right, unless somebody's fighting or there's a smack, somebody, keep my name out your mouth, something to that effect.
Yeah, I do like that.
If two of the hip hop ladies are gonna go at it because Nicki and Cardi are going, or Meg and Glorilla, I'll watch. But other than that, because who watches MTV for videos anymore? It's serious.
What a sad time. Remember those days?
I do. TRL days.
TRL.
All right. Take a break. By the way, speaking of music, if you guys want to go see, what's that grand band, JFig, that you like?
A Day to Remember.
How could I not remember that? A Day to Remember is going to be at Hard Rock Live in November, and JFig is giving away her tickets. What number caller would you like to give it away to, JFig?
5.
Caller 5 right now to 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560 is going to win a pair of tickets to A Day to Remember at Hard Rock Live in November. Caller 5 to 305-567-0560. Tyreek Hill just addressing the media. We will give you some of the quotes there from Tyreek. And Caron Butler scheduled to join us next hour as well. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. They joined the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey Stars and Cigars on Wednesday, September 25th, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Enjoy a fine whiskey, a cigar, and sports talk with the QAM on-air staff. It's free to attend. All you got to do to RSVP is go to WQM.com, gets you an invite and a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21, drink responsibly. It is Wednesday, September 25th at Smoke on the Water in Weston, Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore's Auto Mall, Sawgrass Auto Mall, official partner, the Main Man. There's nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than the Main Man. Go online at www.themainman.com and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah. Let's get to some headlines. Caron Butler scheduled to join us in about 10 minutes. We will talk to the Miami Heat assistant coach. Got a new book out, Clutch Time, which is available on sale now. He's doing a book tour before the season gets going. And we'll talk to Caron. Always enjoy our time with him. But these headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, the Sonata, and the Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Tyreek Hill, Leroy, just speaking to the media. And this is what he said at an ongoing press conference. He said, quote, "Could have been better. I could have let down my window in that instance. He didn't want cameras and phones on him at the moment." This is from Barry Jackson's Twitter, by the way. "But I've got to follow the rules and do what everybody else does. Did that give him the right to literally beat the dog out of me? Absolutely not. But I wish I could go back and do things a bit differently." He also says that he is working on a plan to work with police. He still loves cops. He said, quote, "I want to be a cop." He called the incident shell-shocking. It's crazy that there are officers who will do this with a body cam zone. It's really sad. Would have been even crazier if they didn't have body cams. He says he's not going to protest Thursday night's game. He's not going to take a knee. He's not asking to defund the police. And he does say, though, the one officer who's on administrative leave, he wants him, quote, gone, 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 gone. He's got to go. Not only did he treat me bad, he also treated my teammates with disrespect, had crazy words towards them, and they didn't even do anything. He's got to go, man.
He does. He does. Right? Because let me ask you this. Make what the officer did an athlete. We would be right now still talking about why hasn't anything been done. Right? It wouldn't have got this far before something had to be done. And that's with a union, and that's with the same protections this police officer has. You have a police union to protect you in situations, but not situations where you aren't being a police officer. They're protecting police officers. He wasn't a police officer in that moment. He was an angry man for whatever reason. And what you do is that you know what? If I ever get stopped as a black man, I'm getting out of my car and getting on the ground with my face down. And that cop could think too much, right? I say, well, you try to be a black man in this country with the police, right? Like, no, no, they see. I think somebody in the police department or anywhere needs to make a statement along the lines of, "Dear citizens, this type of behavior is not allowed by the police." Nobody said that.
I have seen other police departments do it. That
Right.
like have from locally. Like I've seen the county police departments have come out against it and things like that. The only statement that was defending it was his union, which he's actually a board of directors member of.
Wait, who?
The guy who
No, don't.
What?
Hey, so let's be clear. We not only have a police officer, but we have a police officer up here
Yeah, he's
behaving
been
that way.
He's been a cop for like 27 years.
And he's on the board of directors of the police union.
Yes. The one that put out the statement.
And you co-signed this?
He probably put his own statement out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he's on the board of directors, I'm sure that he knows whoever put out the statement, I would guess.
So they're probably friends of his,
I would guess.
colleagues. So how do we so is everybody going to tiptoe around it because of that? Or are we going to treat the act as the act? See what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. It's gonna be, I know his attorney has come out and he has said that he wants immediate reinstatement. So his defense that he has put to him, and then Tyreek's side has said, yeah, they want him terminated. So I don't know. That's and that is kind of where, like, when you have a union, that is where this is kind of in limbo right now. I'm sure there's going to be the process of all this playing out. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Because I don't know what, like, the process of a department firing a police officer over this is. I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
No,
I'm just telling you,
you know
what
what's amazing about this? I would love to see them put this video in its proper context.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a man who was not aggressive, right? That basically he didn't listen to the police is why he got snatched up and dragged to the ground twice. Right? That's it. He
Tyreek
wasn't
said,
a combatant. He wasn't aggressive. None of that. That's amazing. I
Tyreek
would love
said
to see this.
that he was choked, pinched, kicked, all of that during his handcuffing. And then the one piece of health news, we all heard him say that he just had surgery on his knee. He said that he did have an off-season procedure on his knee while in Antigua. They quote, just some stem cells injected into my body. A lot of people don't know about it because I was going to just be on the low with it. So there you go. That is health status. All right, we'll take a.
Seemed like they got rougher when he said I had surgery.
Well,
Like,
yeah, he told him to get
did
surgery
not
on his
want
ears.
Tyreek to play.
Man.
And then they just let him go with a parking ticket, which would it should have been in the beginning.
Yep. Oh, that was another thing too. Yeah, everybody that was confirmed yesterday because everybody kept saying he was driving over 100, and they said on the ticket it said 60, and that wasn't even with radar. That was done by visual.
So he eyeballed it.
Yeah.
No.
We gotta take a break. Caron Butler's gonna join the show. We gotta take a break. Caron Butler's gonna join the show. Take a break. Tough Juice. He's gonna join us next.
First, let me respond this to the rallies.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hey, I want to let you guys know again that if you guys want to get an autograph and a photo op with Panthers champion, captain, star, Alexander Barkov, you guys can text Panthers to 20357 because Stanley Cup champions Alexander Barkov and Dmitry Kulikov will be doing that autograph and photo session with you at Hollywood Collectibles. For your chance to win, again, text the word Panthers to 20357. That's Panthers to 20357. If you don't win, you can purchase your ticket at HollywoodCollectibles.com. Hollywood Collectibles is located on Sterling Road in Dania Beach. Sounds fun. Who doesn't want to meet the champs? Big time summer, everybody. Big time winning summer coming your way. I'm endeavoring to find where Tough Juice is. We're looking for Caron Butler. So we will try and make that all happen as it's going on. Miami Dolphins are getting set for action coming up tomorrow against the Buffalo Bills. Statement game.
Cool that they don't have to travel. I'm trying to think. You know what? Never played a home Thursday game.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
I can't confirm that, but I'm almost positive. I always remember traveling on Wednesday. That's the biggest pain in the ass.
What?
It's not playing the game on Thursday. It's traveling to play the game on Thursday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you guys got to leave at a weird time?
No, we leave at the same time, but it's just, so when you just think about taking a flight on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock or Friday morning at 9 o'clock. There's traffic. There's, your regular routine gets, adjusted a little bit. You're flying out on a weekday, a lot of travelers.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you just got done playing football. Right? Like, it's not like playing
quick
the game.
Turnaround, dude.
Not like playing the game, and you still got Band-Aids and wraps on from the last game.
We'll talk to a man. It was a tough playing, man. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop 100 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Has a new book out, Clutch Time, part 2 of his series. He's assistant coach of the Miami Heat. He was a former first-round pick of the Miami Heat. We always love getting some time with this man. Tough Juice. Caron Butler joining the program. How are you, Coach? How's everything going?
Doing amazing. How you guys doing?
Good. Caron, hey, I think our the equivalent to us playing a Thursday night game, is that very similar to a back-to-back? Because you probably get to the new place or you getting ready for that back-to-back and you still got ice on from the night before?
Yeah, you know what? It usually takes quite a bit of time to recover and bounce back. But sometimes, like in rare situations, you get high for like a front end of a game in a back-to-back, and you kind of just carry that momentum, especially if you played extremely well.
Right.
Kind of still running on the fumes of good momentum, so good fumes. But sometimes on the back end of a back-to-back, if it requires a lot of traveling, say if we're playing on the West Coast and then we're coming back for a home game, that can be extremely tough.
So you got a new book out, Caron. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? This is part 2 of your series the one that you had out a couple of years ago?
Yeah, actually. So we started off with Shot Clock, and it originally started with my Butler Elite organization that we renamed in the book called the Oasis Spring. And we just talked about, what a lot of the kids was inspired by through my observation. And I saw real stuff happening in real time from an authentic standpoint. And when I grew up, I didn't have real stories that I can connect to. That was part of, the curriculum in schools. We had The Great Gatsby. We had How to Kill a Mockingbird. We had The Outsiders and things like that. Great books. But I felt like it was dated from now what the kids are experiencing. You're talking about police brutality. You're talking about lack of empathy. You're talking about the exposure to politics. You're talking about what we've seen in 2020 with George Floyd and the subtraction of lives and communities and how they recovered through trauma. And I wanted to create different verticals in the literature space for kids to just connect to, see themselves and identify with, and become a better version of themselves.
How, I mean, just going off of that, obviously it's been a big topic this week because of what happened to Tyreek Hill before the game on Sunday. I'm sure you've seen, the video of it. What was your reaction to kind of everything that went on with it?
Yeah, you know what? Just the observation of it was just uncomfortable to watch and see. You never want to see one of the heroes that so many look up to in his space, in handcuffs, being mistreated in any capacity, but also too, just from another observation, like what is the truth? What is the storyline to it? Whatever happened from a visual standpoint, it just didn't look right. And I still don't know like the ins and outs of everything that happened, but just visually, that was just like a traumatic experience. And I'm just happy that he was able to pivot immediately and just go into the game and still have a significant impact and, state his case.
From so you were on currently on a boat show. You were here in Miami earlier in the week with it. Are you around your hometown today? Is that where it's going next?
Yeah, I'm in Racine, Wisconsin now. We're visiting 2 schools like immediately after this interview, and we're doing a huge premiere tonight at the local library. A lot of people RSVP'd, roughly about 150, 200 people here in my local community, and then we go to the West Coast and hit a couple bookstores as well. So I'm extremely excited about this whole campaign.
So one of the things, and it's funny that you mentioned that because I think of like some of the books that I've read growing up and how the life that you live in and the books that you're reading is like, wait a minute. And I think, one of the things that I was fortunate in that I had family members who had lived it because I'm a little bit older. So my great grandmother was born around 1900, right? She died when I was 13. And my grandmother, and I'm from New Orleans, so it was real in that area. And they would always say, sit down, you don't need no damn book. And a lot of kids don't have that person in their life. So maybe a book is going to help them fully understand either how to deal with these current situations or where they came from as far as these current situations and why we're here. So like, I get it. It kind of relates a little bit, but I did have the people in my life, you know what I mean? To kind of tell me the stories.
And what's even more interesting, like to piggyback on what you just said, is like they will try to self-diagnose you immediately because your lack of interest to something that you lack to engage with.
Right.
Right now, statistically, you're being told that Black and brown kids, who are the majority in society, don't like to read. No, they do like to read. They
don't
just
like to read that.
Things that relate to them. So now if you go about it a little differently and present the content a little differently, I think that it's something that they can relate to. And then it unlocks a whole different thing.
Right. Now, do you you have your book that kind of helps with that, but do you have other books? Because I remember my grandmother giving me like other authors who wrote about those things. And in the summer, instead of reading the books on the list you got from school, I had to read 2 or 3 books from my grandmother that would give me, and that kind of got me caught up to where we are today.
Yeah, 100%. This 7 highly effective habits of the most highly effective people in the world, like Michael Eric Dyson introduced me to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of changed my life just from a perspective standpoint, because they always tell you, like, this is something my grandfather told me a long time ago, when you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your habits. And that stuck with me because it's like, okay, what do I consistently do in my daily routine? And this is why the book spoke to me as well, because you eventually die looking like your habits. And then ultimately, what is your biggest asset from a legacy standpoint in life? What do you want to do with your purpose? And this is my purpose. I'm living my purpose with a massive platform, amazing job, and I just want to empower and unlock minds, especially young people, but also old people as well, because sometimes they say a zebra never changes stripes, but it's a lot of older people that have come to these schools and these environments and saw the magic in us seeing the superpower in all these young people. And they like, you know what? That was powerful. I wish I had that when I was a kid.
People start investing more into the youth too when they see that there's hope.
100%.
Caron, what did you think of Bam and Spo's trip to the Olympics this summer? What did you make of Bam's performance? Seemed like I don't know, like it was cool to see him get the platform, I think, of this summer. It felt like he got a lot of star shine on Team USA, maybe even more so than he does in the regular season. Did you feel that at all?
Yeah, I think he embraced it. And once he wasn't reactive, he was, he was just prepared for every moment, every situation. You go in there with these high, lofty expectations, but you don't know like whether you're going to play a lot or less or whatever the case. But Bam embodies all the right things. When you talk about just pure to his soul about winning, that's what he is. That's who he is. The respect of LeBron James all the way down to the last guy on the bench. He had that, and he has that, and he has that in our locker room as well. So I was just happy for him because all the things that we've been working on, myself, Malik, Spo, E-Glass, Coach O, Chris Quinn, like pouring into him, and just to see him unlock all that on the massive stage that he was on, it was just special. And for Coach Spo, I hope that he inherits the next term as the head coach because he's deserving. One of the best basketball minds I've ever been around in my entire life, and I've been around some great ones. And I'm just happy to be a student under his tutelage.
So you're saying Bam's a 4? That's what I heard.
Bam can do anything. No ceilings.
I know that, but I've been begging for Bam to be a 4 for so long. So I'm gonna keep
more
saying
threes though, Caron. We got to get. We got 100 threes this year. 103 attempts at least from Bam this year.
I'm thinking 3 or 5 a game, right?
Yeah, man. Let's get it. Like it looked good. It looks smooth. I want him to have the green light this year.
I know that's what he's thinking. He's a 2-time Olympian now, so he's just.
Oh, you can't.
He's walking a little different.
Yeah.
What has been you were out there for the summer league a little bit with your son on the team, like they won the championship. That was super cool. But what did you first of all make of that accomplishment? That had to be unbelievably cool to have all those young guys. What a squad. I mean, it seemed like it was a new star every single night.
Yeah, I thought Coach Dan did a great job of just creating a system where it was equal opportunity, smooth flow, but also everyone was highlighted and elevated every night. You mentioned my son, JC, he had an opportunity to come in and just have an impact on winning. Alondas, man, he did a remarkable job. Our draft picks, they did a remarkable job at just being prepared for the moment and embracing the culture on the fly because there was a lot of information and insight thrown on them. And they just like made the seamless transition, where Pella, Johnson, they all did a remarkable job. And then even Jaime working out with the select team and then wanting to play pretty much the whole summer league and being able to play. I wish I had that luxury of having Jaime out there for a few games.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because he was just dominant in summer league.
He was.
What were the impressions of Kalel? What did you think? Just first impressions of him?
His activity, high motor. It reminds me of, just a kid that if you just put him in the right situation with his motor, with his intentions and instincts, there is no ceilings on what he's capable of doing. And Dan just did a remarkable job at just simplifying the game for him and just playing off his strengths and while elevating and making his weaknesses, a blemish.
What is when you guys get into this training camp? Like, what is there going to be? Because obviously, I'm sure they worked hard in the system with the summer league and whatnot, and they've been around doing the workouts. But like, do you guys have like a welcome to heat camp moment for them coming, like to really like push them?
Yeah, I think we always have that because everything we do is just. It's intense. It's hard work. It's intentional, and we work extremely hard in our execution of everything. And I think that all the young guys, it's going to be a little shock factor to them. But the old guys, like the veteran guys, they kind of just help them navigate through that process. So it's not something that we know they can't overcome. And they've been getting prepared for it for quite some time. Think about it. After Summer League, they took a week off and they was right back in it. So they're already in shape. They're familiar with everything that we're going to throw at them. And now it's just doing it with, the veteran players being a part of it.
Am I ridiculous in thinking that Bahamas camp this year?
Hey,
I was thinking Army base. I was thinking like first year, the big three. I feel like getting back, hunkering down. Will we get the mode there still, Caron, in the Bahamas?
100%.
The work don't change.
Yeah, man. Look, it's all about the participants. Wherever we go, we take the culture with us. Hey, even on road trips, we got to play a lot of games on the road, but the culture's still there. You're going to see Miami Heat basketball wherever they drop us. Like Coach always say, we have the Navy SEAL mentalities. Like they drop us off, that's what we're doing. We here on a mission.
You feel better, Tobin, because really been he been going at this like after last year. I don't want him in the Bahamas.
Are you covered?
No, they don't send us to the Bahamas, Caron. Like I could barely get sent to Palm Beach County if I wanted to from my boss. I'm like, hey, what do you think? Sending us to the Bahamas? He goes, they'll be back in a week. I'm like, come on, send us out. I would love to do that.
Say it's a 35-minute flight. Come on.
Exactly. That's all I'm hoping for. One of my favorite things, we'll get you out. One of my favorite things pregame is you and Nico. I love when you've taught him the walk-off shot. This is such an interesting year for him because it's his third year, but he's still so young. He just turned 21. What do you think is like his next step? What do you think is next for Nico's game to bring to the table this season?
Well, you saw like his availability was a huge factor, and he's worked on his body, and obviously that's no question now. And even having the ankle injury that he sustained throughout the course of training for the Olympics, and finding a way after being told he was going to be out anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, and that wasn't even an option for him to still find a way to be present and available and have some type of impact in their run. That was remarkable. So that from a mental standpoint, I saw growth right there. Now, just getting more reps, getting more time out there, I think he's going to have a significant impact on our team this year because of his versatility, because he can make plays, because he can defend multiple positions. As you saw, we were switching a lot with Nico. Sometimes we was in the catch coverage, but we switched a lot with him. So his ability to do those things is a clear advantage for us offensively and defensively. And then he's just a likable guy. His voice and his experience, even though he's 21, he has a lot of basketball knowledge. So his voice in the locker room is going to be extremely important.
We got a lot of versatile bigs this year.
Yeah, man. That's a luxury.
Wow. They're going a lot of length. Ooh.
Youth,
right?
Yeah. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. Go get Caron Butler's new book, Clutch Time. It is available now. Have a great tour, Caron. Thanks so much for giving us some time today, and we can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Caron.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
Alrighty.
There you go. He's simply the best.
That's
we always appreciate his time.
Right there.
Yeah, man.
That's my dude. Every time I go to the arena, I make sure I talk to him.
Goosey's dude. We'll take a break.
Like that's like the OG real one. You know what I mean? Like he come from, same type of OUD background.
We'll take a break. Back after this. And Galen needs to send us to the Bahamas, man. We just got the invite, dude. Hey, Galen! Send us to the Bahamas.
He looked pretty upset that you said no.
I know. I'm upset. He's upset. I'm upset. You know?
Yeah, Glenn, you heard?
Should be in the Bahamas.
You might have to send that message to Boston.
Yeah. Ridiculous, dude. I gotta sit here. No Bahamas trip.
Treat said Glenn won't even send us to Bahama Breeze.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
For Twitcher.
I gotta see if I can expense the conch fritters.
Oh, I hate those.
I'm not a big fan of conch fritters either.
Too chewy.
Coconut shrimp.
Oh, those are good.
Nope.
What?
Love
you
me
like
some
any kind of
coconut
shrimp?
Yes. I like bang bang shrimp.
Oh,
I'm on the other side.
dude.
I'm on the other side of that.
I'll round
First
it
of all,
off.
I do like that.
Coconut is dry, right?
So?
Yeah, but so when you fry it,
But
it
you
becomes
but
dry.
you dip it in the sauce and everything. It just tastes amazing. I don't know what's wrong.
Bang bang chicken and shrimp come that way. I mean, bang bang chicken come that way. Shrimp
Oh,
come
so
that
you don't
way.
like working for it?
No. What are you talking about? I eat chicken wings on the road. Of course, I don't mind working.
So then, what's the
No,
problem with
coconut shrimp
coconut?
can kick rocks. I'm not a big fan of fruit with my food, right?
Is it
Yep,
coconut
we
a
talked
fruit?
about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Nobody likes pineapple in pizzas. I don't like that. That's disgusting.
No, I don't either. That's weird. But a coconut, isn't a coconut like a flavor of seed?
What?
Would you consider it a fruit? I don't think a coconut is a fruit. Technically. I don't think it's a fruit. I think you would,
Hold on.
do palm trees not grow
I
from
don't listen to
coconuts?
you. Is a coconut. Oh, look at that. It came right up.
Hmm?
Despite having the word nut in its name, a coconut is a fruit.
Really? Didn't know that. I apologize.
Oh, it falls under the same fruit as peaches, pears, walnuts, and almonds.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what? Almonds are a fruit?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
believe that.
It's called the droops. I don't know. But yes.
Did you
Again,
guys
I don't like fruit with my food.
see the story about Roberto Luongo?
What happened?
Bobby Lou showed up via Facebook ad to a Coral Springs beer league and helped a team dethrone the defending champions playing goalie.
A beer league?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
they're a beer league of hockey. That's fun. Who does it?
I did play in the church league in the summer. In baseball.
You did?
Softball, yeah.
This
Softball.
year?
No.
Oh.
No, when I was playing.
Oh, really?
Bombs.
Ringer.
The only games we lost was when they had a home run limit. I'm like, yo, I'm not running around these bases. Boop. First out.
The story goes, this is from the Hockey News. Luongo answered a Facebook ad looking for a goaltender to play in the playoff game. The team he joined went on to win 4-2 against the league's 5-time defending champions. What a summer. Stanley
You never know
Cup.
who's looking.
Get your name in.
You should have brought the Stanley Cup there. Said this is what you're playing against. Boop.
That's fun. You imagine, like, geez, who do these guys got?
Hey.
We beat them.
Can I just tell you that BS don't work in football?
Nah.
You done, that's what I tell you. They say, hey, find you. Hey, you want to go play with my friends? I say, is there a check? Then no.
I wonder, like, because what is Bobby Lou at this point? Was he
You
like
can play
46?
basketball. You can do basketball when you get older,
Mm-hmm.
but not football.
Plus, he doesn't. He's. I would just
He's
figure
45.
like, when do you think 45? All right, 45. He can dial it up.
And plus, he's already
He
halfway
did.
there. He's already halfway to the squat position with his legs.
Yeah, he got those sheriff legs.
Yeah.
So Leroy and JFig.
What's up?
Now that the Panthers won a Stanley Cup title, is Tobin allowed to talk to Bob now?
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have
Risky.
to listen. I'm gonna have to say yes.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
It's been a good week for Tobin.
You're only
man.
saying
Yeah.
yes
Leroy
because
has
we're
been-
gonna see them next
This has
week.
been a very good week for you, Tobin. Leroy has started to lower his stance on a lot of things that he forbids you to do.
But because the facts speak for themselves, right?
Oh, like beating science?
It's still not beating science.
And you agreeing with it?
There's no beating science.
Would you agree if he gets hold on? If he gets a sack, 2 games in 5 days.
It's not beating science. Listen, your body's ability to heal is your body's ability to heal. There is no real timetable on that. Okay? They give you an estimate. And if you're on the lower end of that, and a lot of it has to do with your age.
Nick T says, let's not ruin a good thing. No talking about. I just want to point out to everybody, the last time I spoke to him was Media Day last year. So some would call it a tradition now to go win the cup.
Yeah. When you was bothering him when he was playing goalie during COVID in his driveway.
I wasn't there for that.
You're allowed during media day.
Yeah, media day.
Only.
Because it's a day of media.
Day of media.
Not a day of hockey.
Okay. All right. All right.
I just love the idea of the defending champs because I see them all as like Rocco in Coral Springs. He goes, who we got today? Bob's Tires. We're gonna beat them again. And they're like, who do they open up? Ugh, can't get past this guy. He's a brick wall. It takes the mask off. It's Roberto Luongo.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's gonna scare you. That's gonna freak you out.
It is gonna freak me out. Do you think they let them know that it was Roberto Luongo?
No.
No,
they were the champ. Don't let
I
them
read the article. I believe that once they saw him walk in, they were like, I recognize that face.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
Oh, dude, he's a big.
Where did they get that guy?
He's a big dude. Yeah.
That guy doesn't look
Who
like.
is he like? Stoley the goalie?
So wait, is this like the same league that Dwork plays in? Like, if I ask David Dwork, I'm like, hey, are you the defending? Are you the defending champions? You could have outdueled Roberto Luongo.
Wait, but didn't Dwork play goalie?
Yes.
Okay, right.
But I'm wondering if he's the champ goalie and he's the one who lost.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Why don't you guys start a beer
We'll
league?
see him there, right? We'll see him.
Who, Dave? Yeah, we'll see him for sure.
We'll see him. We'll ask him.
Well, like, hey man, did your team lose to the Longos?
You guys should start a softball team, man.
No.
Something.
Dude, I'm not swinging no bats.
Last time there was a company event, Leroy got a bad hamstring injury.
Wait, really?
From water balloon toss.
Yep.
Yeah, from the silliest thing.
I was trying to. And then I thought, whoa!
Gotcha.
I couldn't believe it.
That was something. Man.
Meanwhile, old jackass was over on the side chasing iguanas.
That wasn't the same picnic.
Huh?
Oh, wait, was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, was
You guys are blurring way too many.
No, this is how I separate the picnics. That was the picnic where I brought my cooler with transfusions, and then I took the guy's mic and said Leroy out, and then I dropped the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
So
why do I not know?
Sorry, what?
No,
What year was that?
They had a guy doing
cooler with you had a cooler with what?
Well, we had a guy who ran the games that year because the year before that we went to a
at the water
wakeboarding
park, and that's when Alana was drinking up all the water because she couldn't get 2 inches off the dock.
And we
that's
also
the guy. Remember the guy all dressed up?
the hippie.
Yeah, the guy that was all suited and booted, and he accidentally went on that bar and almost killed himself.
That's right. That's right. But then the next year we had Bob the game guy, and he goes, "Hey, my name's Bob. I do games."
Yep. And so I just went when I was leaving. I took the mic and said, "Leroy out." I dropped the mic and left. Everybody was
Dates off goes water balloons, mic, headphones, seatbelt, and golf ball. 5-0 versus Leroy.
Oh, bro, the seatbelt. I don't think we talk about that enough.
Man, this seatbelt. I really wish that we had there's video to that. That's great.
First of all, I blame you. I blame you because instead of helping your boy, you said
he was trying to help you. You said no.
I said I know how to work a seatbelt.
Yeah, clearly not.
What? It wouldn't get what? Like you were tied, and it would not release. The latch was stuck.
I don't know, but then Tobin just starts looking at him.
Wait, haven't you also gotten run over by one of those carts in Publix?
The old
electric
people
carts.
always hit me on the
Oh,
cart.
they're very rude.
Oh man, so the carts are beating you up. 6. Yo, you're 6.
Hey.
You're 0-6.
Dude.
Tough go against inanimate objects.
I'll kick a man's ass though.
And stalk him around the store.
The one guy now I want to find is I want to go find the kid that Rosas beat at 30 years old.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat that guy up, man.
And then the guy said, "There's no see that's you know that's that old man stuff." But he was only 30. He shouldn't even have gotten there yet. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's no. That's disheartening. Now you question yourself, like, wait a minute, I'm 30 and I lost to a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah,
like, you can't even talk about that story to anyone. You can't bring that up.
No,
to
you
your
got a
boys.
lot of people.
And you lucky your girl wasn't there. What if your girl might leave you?
Oh,
right
you know,
now?
no. She was there. You
Oh,
know,
that's even
you know,
worse.
everybody bring their boo to the fights, right?
Not for a
Like,
13-year-old.
dude, he don't know. He didn't know the kid was 13. He said, "Hey, I'm going to this event. Why don't you come with me?" Right? She probably left him.
Yep.
She's like, "No, I
He
can't."
left him.
Wait, yeah, you got your ass beat by a kid. I can't be hanging out with you. You ain't no protection.
He's drinking out of a juice box.
Yeah.
Oh man, a Capri Sun.
Ma, hand me my juice box. You want to go again? You want to go again, Mister? You want to go again, Mister?
All right, that's our show today, everybody. We'll talk to you rascals on a game day tomorrow.